And we're live. Damn. Hi, everybody. Look who's here. Look.
I made it back from the abyss. Hi, everybody who knows me. Hello, and welcome to everybody who don't. And I'm Alexis. It's my birthday.
It's a long time coming. I haven't seen her in forever.
I know, it's been months. I've been hiding under a rock. I missed you guys, too. A lot.
And Stash, this is Lexi.
Hi, Stash. Nice to meet you.
That's Stash. Stash is an awesome person. We love Stash. And you get along with him great because the stash is not because he has a mustache.
I'm not sure if I want to ask.
Not touching that one.
You know that thing?
All right,
you know
I don't want to ask.
No. You know the thing you couldn't find earlier today?
Oh, all right. I'm good. I got you. Man, you and I we're on the same wavelength, Mr. Stash.
Yep.
That's cool by me.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Wendy. I don't think I know you, but nice to meet you.
Wendy is in England.
Hello, Wendy. Nice. Yep. How you doing over there over the pond? Because I hear it's just as bad with COVID as it is here.
Yeah, they're still in lockdown.
That's all I hear.
With the UK version, and we're just getting pockets of it here so far.
Yeah, their whole country is locked down right now. The
really?
UK. Yeah, it's all in lockdown.
Oh my God.
I just got the notification. Go to your live.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to be making a thumbnail for mine. Oops, I forgot. I haven't even scheduled it yet.
We do that. We get sidetracked a lot. Squirrel.
Oh my God, it happens. Squirrel. It's brutal.
Yeah, Wendy said they're still in lockdown until March. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
March
isn't that far away. March something, and then they'll reassess again.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it makes sense. I'm not going to get into the whole politics of this whole situation because I stay as far away from that as I possibly can. But thank you, Mr. Stash. But I think it's smart because if it's really as bad as it sounds like, and all of this business, then
hi, Ted.
I got an echo. Is it me?
What's the matter?
There's an echo. I don't know where though. All I have open is StreamYard and popped out chat as usual.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't.
Is it me?
It might be. I don't hear it, so maybe it's me.
I don't hear anything, but
I heard it for a second. I don't think it's there anymore.
Yeah, I hear it come and go.
Okay.
You might just be getting a little reverb from your mic. It happens.
Could be.
Move it down. I am a loudspeaker. So anyway,
are you trying to kill us your screamer list?
Can't help myself. Ted, do you see a parasol? I ain't no lady.
Hey, we warned you, and it's on my thing. Look, watch. Read. See?
I missed the message.
Always expect the unexpected.
I should know by now because I do know you well enough, Kodi.
That's right. You should
understand that. But,
you should see what I do to Wendy.
What?
You should see what I do to poor Wendy.
Oh, God. Hello.
But only when she shows me that nasty Dragon Ball Z poster.
Mimi? Can I call you Mimi?
Mimic you.
Oh, that's Ted.
Call him Ted.
You call him Ted. Yep.
Hi, Ted.
Ted.
Nice to meet you. Like my birthday bow?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. It came off of, here we go. This is something. You're old when you get a new laundry basket for Christmas and it makes you happy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Everybody's saying happy birthday to you, Lexi.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I really thought this was going to be like my worst birthday ever. I went to bed thinking last night at like 2 a.m. I was like, this is going to suck. This is just going to suck.
That's when you take control and you make it not suck.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You come and have fun with us.
Let it suck, you're letting him win.
Yeah.
That's right. That's true. And, I got up this morning
get
and
that shower, do whatever's, because you're not going to let him win.
nope, I can't.
Take the 3 hours to brush out your Rapunzel hair. Hi, Lisa.
It does take that long.
It's beautiful. I love your hair. I've always loved your hair.
Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate that. Aw, that's so sweet. I never really heard that growing up.
I didn't either. I heard you'd be so pretty if you only lost some weight. That's what I heard growing up. And I said, you know what? I'd rather be pretty awesome than just be known as being pretty. So I stuck with pretty awesome.
Exactly.
Lexi needs that really long braid, and then she puts on some of that great disco hippie music or whatever, and then she stands in the middle of the room and just swings that braid around in a circle.
You know what? If my neck would allow it, I would.
How is your neck? How is your neck and shoulder doing, Lexi?
Much better. Much
better. What did you do? What happened?
I tripped over the cat and caught myself falling down the stairs. So I caught myself with my left arm, and I already had neck issues to begin with, and I caught myself in the baluster, and it just yanked me back, and I have my laptop in this arm like this. So I kind of went, it was bad.
God, it hurts.
Hi, Miss Virginia.
Hi, Virginia.
If you knew anything about my body,
I'm feeling that.
Just Alexis, you'd understand why I'm cringing.
Stash.
What'd you say, Willow?
I said, if you knew anything about my body and how far it's broke down, you'd know why I'm cringing when you're saying that.
Yeah, it's bad. It's like my disc. Here's my spinal cord. My disc is kind of like this. It's just resting on it.
I have a disc protruding into my spine. I have several.
Time. Nope.
Time.
Time out. No more descriptive. Willow gets very descriptive.
Oh, see, it doesn't bother me.
Really?
I don't even
it makes me hurt more.
Lexi, wasn't it you that was getting all grossed out by Susie in the back room because she was making those weird noises?
That was wicked bad.
It was wicked bad.
Those sounds. I mean, I can take any description. But those sounds she was making, I was
even I had to call her on it. And I used to listen to John throw up 50 million times a day.
Oh my God.
Whatever sound poor Susie was making, I don't know how she did it, but it was like, I was eating a Pop-Tart at the time. So I'm like, Susie, I'm eating over here. What are you doing? She's like, oh, sorry. But Willow does get very descriptive. I have to give her that. She can paint a picture with words. She really can. And it makes sometimes it makes us all.
Gift.
Yeah, it is.
To do that.
Oh.
What is my cat doing behind me?
I think.
No, it's a good thing. It's just sometimes it depends on how my stomach or my back is feeling, and I just had to get in and out of the wheelchair really quickly, and I'm hurting already. So I'm sitting there going, oh, Willow, stop it.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Virginia,
in spite of all restriction, I'm still here. I'm still mobile. I don't let it beat me.
Right. Exactly.
I might be slower, but I ain't stopping.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's the
Virginia.
difference.
Hey, there's Wonder Woman.
Willow, that's the difference between like you and me and my ex is that, he got a neck injury and he just got out of surgery like 3 weeks ago, something like that. And I think that he is, not a hypochondriac, but it
tends to be stuck in the "oh woe is me" mode.
Yeah, poor me.
It's like dear.
Narcissism. It is, isn't it?
It is.
I never thought of
all
that.
about me thing.
It continues to pull your sympathy towards him, and that in effect controls you. So
yeah.
Yeah,
I do have to give my oldest godson, a shout out because it's his birthday today, and he is 27.
Happy birthday!
His name is Dustin. His name is Dustin, but I've always called him Beep Beep because when he was little, he'd come running up and he'd just stick his face out at me, and I'd beep his nose and go beep beep.
Aww.
So I'm the only one allowed to call him that, though.
That's a cute story.
Yeah.
adorable, but if anybody would have ever called me beep beep.
Right?
Of course, my
Well,
dad
it's
called me
better than what
crystal
they used to
glitches
call
until I
me
was 13.
when I was little.
Well, I mean, Talon is my tiny T-Rex, and I miss him. He is my heart. I miss him so much. And he's my tiny T-Rex because even at 2 years old, he sounded like one walking through the house. And Dustin is my baby.
Yeah, I had children that sounded like elephants and dinosaurs running through the house.
Oh, okay, cool.
What if they just walk?
Wonder Woman just put something in the chat that said she's getting ready to do a box lot auction in March. If you haven't joined Mom's Rummage Room, please do. And she put the link into the Facebook group.
Well,
So.
thank you. I will head over there.
Hi, Toad.
Facebook. I cannot navigate Facebook, people.
No.
On Facebook, I ain't gonna find it, get in it. I never have yet been able to figure it out.
Lexi, when Wendy just put in, just in case it confuses you, that Toad says hi. That's her significant other, Jack, and apparently he's still alive because
she hasn't killed him yet.
She hasn't killed him yet in lockdown, and he's a sweetheart. He likes to game a lot. He games on Xbox, and but he's a sweetheart. He's actually putting together a box of chocolates from the UK for me.
Aww.
I'm so excited. And we call him Toad because he got turned blue in Fluffy's chat, and we were all teasing him, he's a blue toad and all this. And I sent him a picture of a blue frog, and so Toad just stuck. So now he's the blue toad. You haven't spoken to Fluffy or Squashy? I haven't really either. One-on-one. They've been kind of dark on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the last I heard, in case anyone was interested and wasn't at Conky's auction, the last I heard, they are dealing with life things and stuff going on in the background. So, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
And Wendy, not really. I love you, Wendy. I'm just repeating what he put in the chat. That's all. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying that's what he put in there.
I'm not so Fluffy and Squashy. Oh.
Yeah, she was answering Virginia because Virginia asked how Fluffy and Squashy were.
Ah, I see. I'm sorry. I'm making my my thumbnail. I haven't done one of these in a very long time.
Well, I already had the thumbnail. And I wanted to do a matching background for it because, when I found out I could do backgrounds, I was like, really? Like, okay.
Right.
Because Robin made me an awesome background for my birthday as a birthday present. And then she made me like the same background, but just, Kodi live, whatever. And it was really beautiful. And I was like, wait, you can make backgrounds?
It's been off and running ever since.
Yep. So I went and got the image that I had used for the thumbnail and made the background to match because, matchy match.
Right. Absolutely. And then there's, I think, like, drop my channel link. Oh, okay.
Drop it like it's hot, baby.
Sorry. I never turned off the audio on that, so there was a double audio for like a half a second. But yeah, give me 1 second. I have to open up a different window in a different browser because I'm logged into a different channel right now. It's weird. Like I'm not on my regular channel, so
Lexi's all over the place.
yeah, you'll learn as you get to know me that I'm
Well, you also have to get back-
I've got a lot of irons in the fire.
You have to get back in the swing of things too. I mean, you've been away for a while,
This is my first time back on live since I don't know, maybe before like November.
I know.
So
Shush,
I'm
cat.
glad you're back.
Onyx
too.
is so opinionated. I am too. I'm very glad you're back, Lexi.
all right,
So
let
is
me just
apparently
grab
my cat.
channel.
Onyx is very opinionated, makes her opinions known loudly. What?
I'm just touching your breast.
Oh, I really have to change my banner. Oh my god, it's so old.
Lexi, you remember Onyx, right?
Your cat?
Yeah, my kitty.
Yeah.
This
What
is the
about?
loudmouth.
Hold on.
And she purrs really loud too.
Mm. I couldn't see the screen, so I'm sorry. All right, let's see. Here is create a chat to join. Create a channel to join the chat. Oh man, switch account. Let's try that. Oh shit! Come on.
You back, Tina? Hey, all done with the ice?
It's all muted. That's good. Thanks.
Yep.
What do you
Stash
mean?
said, hey,
Create a
Tim.
channel?
Hello.
That is
Welcome back, everyone.
Stash.
I don't need to create a channel. Oh, I know what's happening.
He's
What a
walking
pain in the
back and forth.
ass.
This is why I only have one channel. It's much easier.
I don't have more than one channel. I just have more than one account.
Go bugs a dog. There you go. So,
All right.
boomerang cat.
So far, we haven't heard anything from the doctor, but they're not supposed to call until tomorrow.
Well, I mean, you said that if it was really bad, that they would probably call earlier, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that
So, hopefully-
C is not supposed to be at the end of that, but that's okay. It's just Eastern time. It's not Eastern and Central.
Yeah, you kind of got to go with one or the other.
Right?
Yeah.
It's kind of important.
Hi, Jen.
Jen! Oh my God!
Jen, look. Look.
Hi! Jen
Hey,
is
Jen.
like one of my all-time best customers. And I called her on accident one day and we ended up talking for like a half an hour. She is a great person.
She's very sweet.
Hey, Wendy.
There's a lot of great people on here, Alexis. So don't do that. Don't go away.
Yeah.
I know.
Take
Well,
And, like,
because your people is going to help you cope.
that is true.
But the thing was, is that he was trying to isolate, so
Right.
she
That's
couldn't
exactly right.
communicate with anyone without getting a lot of flack for it. So, you know.
Oh, one of those, huh?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he would've got
yeah,
wrapped in a bed sheet
absolutely.
and
It
nailed with an
wasn't
iron
implicitly said, but it was very strongly implied that
Yeah.
anything that took my attention away from him, it was very strongly frowned upon.
That's horrible.
That would not wash
So-
with me.
Me either.
And ones
Well,
and
when
ones
if
like
it's
that,
something
you
that's
just wait
done
for 'em to go to sleep,
gradually,
wrap them in a bed sheet, nail them with a frying pan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Tina just said, something that's done
Yeah.
gradually, it can sneak up on you.
Right.
And
It's been
you don't
years.
realize it's
and
happening.
then it happened very quickly once I moved in with him. I'll
Yeah.
say that. Very quickly.
Well, because
How
then
long-
he had
How long were
physical
you
control.
How long were you living together? Out of the
About
5 years.
6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, he burned that one pretty fast, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've lived through it before. So
Yeah. So she recognized it once it started.
I looked at him and I, honest to God, I said, listen, I can't do this anymore. He's literally the first person that I've like been in that situation with and actually said goodbye to.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
of the time I'm just packing my shit and I'm off, in the middle of the night or whatever.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's difficult to have to do that, but taking that moment just to say goodbye, this is done, closing the book
Right.
and walking away. It might be
Well,
a big suck,
there's a.
but it's also
She's back
hard.
home, Jen. She's back at her parents' house. With,
Yeah, I came back home, Jen.
Give her
I
some
came back.
breathing
I
room
had
and.
to. Financially speaking, I'm not able to support myself.
Oh, honey,
So-
believe me, I know that.
It's just I have no other choice, but I'm safe here, and
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about where my next meal's coming from, and I have
Right.
a roof over my head, and I can't complain. So
And they don't tell you who to talk to and who not to talk to.
no. I
No,
said to my
well,
father, I
there's
was like,
that
I'm doing a
mild
live.
parenting,
What?
There's an example for what like Tina was saying is that if you put a frog in water and you gradually heat up the water, the frog's not going to jump out.
Right.
But if you take a frog and put it in really hot water, it's going to get the fuck out of there.
Right.
So, and these people, they've done it before. They know how to do it. It's like a natural instinct with them to manipulate and cajole and control.
Right.
Once he had you physically in his home, he had pretty much full control as far as he was concerned. So he stopped being subtle. And that's what, you were like, oh, wait a minute,
Yeah.
So hold the phone.
Yeah.
And the only reason that I actually feel comfortable discussing it here and now on your channel is because he has no idea who you are.
Well, I tell him to go fuck himself anyway. You know that.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
be like, oh, look, the first person I'm going to ban. Bink.
But, even if he was watching, it's not like I'm afraid of him. He never physically hit me.
Yeah.
He never came after me or anything like that. But,
No, he just turned into an asshat.
Yeah, and I feel bad because I do love him.
Wendy, you're so sweet. Wendy sent you lots of rainbow hearts.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry I'm not looking at the screen. I'm sorting beads.
That's okay.
I said we
We all understand the bead sort thing.
Yeah, we do. Willow used to make noise when she did hers. We'd hear click, 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 click because she'd be dropping them in the compartments. It was so funny. Oh. We'd go on live and immediately I'd be like, Willow, you're sorting beads, aren't you? She's like, yeah, how'd you know that? I'm like, click, click, click.
I must have the patience of a saint because I'm sorting out 15 O's from 11 O's and it's a complete bead soup.
I can't help but laugh when you say that. I'm sorry, because I've always heard it as 15-aught and 11-aught. So when you say O's, I'm like, spaghetti O's.
Do that.
What, Willow?
A lot of people do that, say O instead of aught, but it's actually aught.
I didn't know that. I had no idea.
Well, she got that
until earlier today.
Yeah, when I told her.
Yeah,
I think the modern is O, but old school it's aught.
Well, she's been watching YouTube videos for patterns and different techniques, and they're using O's. They say O's, so that's why she said
modern. See, you think back to the days of ciphering, like one room schoolhouse plus aught equals 6. That's where that comes from. A 0.
I'm really glad I wasn't
old school.
I'm really glad I wasn't just taking a sip of Pepsi. Wendy goes, I understood the sex swing.
And said, what the hell is that? And I want to say thank you, Jen. I wasn't in a good situation. You're right, but I'm good now. And it was my own mistake. It was my own choice. I didn't have to. I moved there under my own volition. So,
right, but it was with a certain conception of how things were going to be, which turned out not to be it. So he was actually very deceptive in what he was doing.
Well, not really. I had an idea of who he was before I moved in. I was just hoping that I was wrong.
Yeah.
So.
But you need to not feel guilty about putting yourself in that situation because it happens and you think, we can work past it or it's not as bad as I'm imagining it's going to be because of a past situation.
Well, yeah, you know what? You hit the nail on the head.
I know, I'm good
really
like that.
Because I've already started thinking like that. And I know it's dangerous, but it's like, I know that he needs help.
If you ever stop backsliding and thinking it was your fault and you start blaming yourself, you come talk to me and I will kick you right in the ass.
Okay.
Because I love you.
Oh, thank you.
That's right.
Right? So what's the sex swing? Because I'm a little confused.
Wendy is Wendy is very easy to embarrass on lives, and when she kept showing this Dragon Ball Z poster, and I was like, and so every time she shows me the Dragon Ball Z poster, I start talking about sex swings, and she gets really embarrassed.
Oh no!
So I was telling Toad, I was like, she's like, my ceiling won't support one of those, and I was like, oh, you can build a frame for it, so you don't have to hook it to the ceiling. And she's like, oh my god.
See? Bolt it into a floor joist. You're fine.
Lexi knows.
Fine.
Thank you, that puppy.
Make sure the hardware though is capable of holding the weight.
Super heavy.
That's important.
Tim is hanging in our rafters. Hi Tim. I love you.
Tim! I didn't know you were here. Hi.
Yeah, he's behind me.
Oh, I didn't know he was in the chat though.
I just got in there.
Hello, Kim.
Hi, Willow.
Love you guys.
Love y'all too.
How you been feeling? Last I heard, which was a while ago, you weren't doing so hot. Feeling better?
Still shaking profusely.
Oh boy.
Dealing with headaches. My eyesight has gone bonkers.
Oh.
Balance is off. Take a pick. I mean,
Yeah.
everything's all kinds of wonky.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, they got some testing done, and they should be getting the results tomorrow.
Yeah.
And hopefully that's going to get them in the right direction of what they need to do because there's something in the brain. They don't know if it's a mass or an aneurysm, whether they're going to have to, operate to remove or whether go in and do like they did with Robin and put coils and stents in.
Yeah. Hey, Tim. He's stealing Tina's seat. There you go. Now we can hear you better.
Yeah. Well, from the perspective of the technician that done the scan the other day, he asked me the MRI thingy. He asked me if I knew where they were concentrating on, and I was like, no. He looked at the paperwork. He says, well, it's around the pituitary gland.
Oh wow.
Did I say that right?
That's the primal area of your brain.
Yeah. So it's somewhere in that area. Yeah. It's somewhere in that area. And from what I researched and read, there's not much they can do for that area because it's so deep in the brain, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see tomorrow for sure.
You're going to keep good thoughts, and my candle is always lit for you. You know that.
Yep. Well, you know me, I'm always joking and,
I mean, you can't let it, like my situation, not that it's really comparable, but, you can't really let what you have going on in your life, whether it be physical, emotional, whatever, stop you from moving forward.
Right, exactly.
Because at that point, you become stagnant.
Yep.
And once you become stagnant, you begin to rot from the inside out.
Yep, very true.
So.
Very true. I find myself, I wander through different chats here, there, yonder, nothing like I used to. But, I'm still around everyone. But I find myself more watching a lot of jump scare type things and funny
distractions and things that make them laugh.
To make me laugh.
Slash.
So.
I didn't see him leaving.
I didn't want to interrupt by saying bye out loud, so that's why I typed in the chat.
It's your channel, girl. Do what you want.
I have manners, damn it.
It's still your channel, though.
We have them. They pop out every once in a while.
Exactly. I don't mean to be rude.
But Tim, you're going to do a live tomorrow after the doctor calls sometime at some point, right?
Yeah.
Give everybody the update.
Yeah.
Oops. Doctor thing is at 2:15 tomorrow afternoon.
Central Time. So look around probably 3:30-ish, something like that.
Cool.
Cool. It'll be in a prop 2 pop-up, what have you. Just be me.
So if people are not, is it going to be on your channel or Tina's channel?
Mine.
Okay. So if people are not sub to him, sub to Tim Powell, and that way you'll know when he goes live. Yeah.
I'll go grab his channel and drop it in the chat.
Thank you, Willow. Willow rocks.
Mm-hmm.
That's that moderator in her coming out.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I do some of that.
And Lexi, guess what?
The benefit auction.
Lexi, guess what?
What?
I'm going to be able to set up my craft room.
Really? Oh my God, that's so super exciting.
There's my link. If anybody interested or whatever.
Oh, I already follow you, Tim, but I'll double check.
Okay.
We had some toxic roommates.
Boy, did you ever.
Yeah, they were seriously. I nicknamed them the Toxic Twins. They were horrible. They didn't pay their fair share. it ran up my electric bill over $200, higher than what it should be.
What?
And
Shit.
yeah, so they're gone. They moved out at the beginning of this month after he beat the
That's
crap
good.
out of her. He beat the crap out of her while they were packing. Yeah,
Oh, that's wonderful.
it's been fun. My PTSD has been pretty much triggered nonstop since they moved in November.
Well, no doubt at that
And
point. You know?
my son moved into the living room because it gives him more room, and with the two dogs, it's easier for him, not to be so crowded because that other room is kind of small. But I'm going to be able to set up my table and the desk that Issa left behind that she said she didn't want, and get all my crafty stuff. So my room, I'll have more space in my room because all my jewelry stuff, supplies, and everything, beads. Oh my god! I gotta move all these damn things. Will be all in that room, and I'll be able to start my soldering again. And people have said that they want videos of me doing my soldering. So once I get back into the swing of it, and I'm not just doing my fuck ups.
Yeah, I would love to watch soldering because, in all honesty, I don't think I'll ever get into it. If I do, it's not going to be for years. But my next step is getting into wire work, so it's not that far off.
Yeah, I've done some wire work, but because of the nerve damage in my hands, it makes holding the wire and wrapping it tight really painful. So I can do like wrapped loops. I lost the other tooth in the front, so now I lisp really hard. Sorry. I can do wrapped loops, but anything other than that, it hurts my fingers really bad. So I'm not going to be doing wire wrapping, but I do my soldering, and Willow, wonderful Willow, sent me a whole box of beads and everything, and there was an entire Ziploc bag full of cabochons, all different kinds of cabochons.
That's so sweet.
Welcome back, Stash.
That's what I was going to send her a little care package, and it kept growing. I could barely carry it to get it in the car.
It's huge. It's huge. And all different kinds of stones and the bag of cabochons, and they're gorgeous. I mean, I mean, they're not in like malachite or anything, but they're mostly like jasper. There's some tiger's eye, which the tiger's eye ones that I saw were really, really pretty. And then Linda had Jim Willow. What's his last name? Jim
Kelly?
The gem guy. Huh?
Kelly?
Yeah, Jim Kelly. Linda bought some things from him, and she bought these most gorgeous bumblebee jasper cabochons. And then she had everything shipped to me, and she's like, see if you can make something with those. And I'm like, so I'm like, I even got some little bumblebee solderables from Education, so that I can solder like a little bumblebee on the side of the bezel or whatever for the bumblebee cabochons. I have gajillion ideas in my head for those cabs. So I'm like, oh my god. And then Stash, of course, sent me the gorgeous stones that I showed you in the back room. So I'm very anxious to work with those too. And I got so much material. I have so much material to work with now because over the past 2 years I've been building up my supplies like the silver and things like that because that's crap. It's expensive, And so I've been slowly,
super expensive.
Yeah, because of my budget. I'm on disability, so I don't have a lot of money to play with. Little bits here and there. Usually when Beaducation has a really good sale, I've been buying from them. And so because it drives me crazy if I have, like, say I have 2 blanks and, like pendant blanks, or I'm going to make them into rings. And I make them, I finish them, and then I have to stop until I can order more stuff, and it drives me absolutely crazy.
Oh, tell me about it. That downtime is like, what do I do now?
Yeah. So I was stocking up on some cabs, and what I was doing is buying the blanks and the cabs that will fit together. You know what I mean? So I have the right sizes to go on things, and then Willow sent me a whole bunch of cabochons, and I'm like, well, shit, I don't have blanks that those will fit.
Yeah, well.
But it's okay, because I will make it. I will manage. But, yeah, I've been able to build up, because sheet solder, or sheet silver is expensive. I did finally get a saw, a jeweler's saw, and the clamp to put on my table so I can saw my own shapes out. And, things like that. So I have all this thing. For 2 years, I've had all different ideas and projects, and things in my head, and it's just going around in circles like a tornado, and I want to be able to make them. So pretty soon. Right now, my son is dealing with an ear infection, so he's not really moving around too much. But as soon as that's better, then he can finish clearing out that room, and we get it cleaned up, and then everything starts getting moved in.
That's super.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
Super excited for you.
I'm so excited. So,
right.
Yay.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. I totally forgot for a second. I'm making my this, which is funny. I forgot, but I'm making my thumbnail for my live, and it says literally, "It's my birthday party."
Is that cat's eye?
Excuse me.
They're tri-colored cat's eye beads.
Those are gorgeous.
Cool.
There's green, orange, and then blue. It's
How
all
come
on
none of those
the
were in my box?
tri-colored cat's eye.
That's very cool.
Oh wait,
I've never seen them
I'm
before.
I'm missing it. What did we see?
Oh wait, I'll make her big.
Sorry, I was
forgetting I can make people big.
on another screen. Oh, slow down.
Yeah, I was trying to get it centered. It's a tri-colored cat's eye bead.
That's really pretty. It's
That's so
teal
cool.
and
It's blue, orange, and green.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Cool.
I don't know. I'd never seen them before.
You know what I saw for the first time, and I know there's blue goldstone, and I know there's regular goldstone, but then someone in a chat mentioned that they got green goldstone, and I'm like, oh wait, what?
Green
What's
is
a goldstone?
fine.
I went and I looked, and then it said green and purple goldstone are made. I was like, whoa, stop the train. Purple goldstone? What? Where's that? So I looked on Amazon.
It's hard to find.
Yeah, I looked on Amazon. They have a ton of blue, but
Yeah, the green is scarce. There's red,
they had a
blue,
purple,
green, and gold.
They had a purple ring, but they wanted $55 for it, and I was like, I don't want a purple goldstone that bad. I want the cabochon. I'll make my own ring.
Yeah,
are
it kind of
10
looked like a
millimeter.
marble stash. I agree. Just from my end too, it's hard to see.
Willow's internet is makes her camera kind of fuzzy unless her windows are open, and right now it's too cold to open the windows in Kansas.
Yeah,
Actually,
right.
we're going in the mid 60s today. The front door is open.
Huh. And I get proved.
Ears off.
And then you get proved wrong.
A lot of our snow's been melted the last 2 days. It's 40 something out right now.
Well, Tim, I told
rapidly.
Tim, I told Tina that I was going to have Mr. Heatmiser come and stand in your front yard.
Oh shoot. Okay. It's going to be at 2:15 instead of 2 because I wrote 2 in the chat. But
You are.
Sure.
This is a diamond dots kit.
Oh, cool.
oh, how is that? I have a kit to store the diamond dot stuff for my beads, but I have never tried that. Like, what's that like?
I just I've got a big one, which is the Van Gogh Starry Night.
That must be really nice.
I don't know why. The dude was a total crackpot, but I love that painting. But it's one of the huge ones. And I was, just started out with a big one. So I grabbed this one on clearance at Mary Maxim, and I'm going to try it. So I'll let you know. I do know that there is round stones and square stones, and the square ones are more coveted because it's a better fill. But beyond that, it's a learning curve.
Yeah.
Trim my nails.
When I can
No
open
doubt.
this and you can.
I need to trim my nails.
All right.
You want to know what one of
Jen's
these looks
"What's
like?
2:15. She's like, "Are you having an auction?"
Lexi is going to go live at 2:15.
Yes, I'm
Lexi
going live at
needs to be
2:15,
Smurf.
which means I'm going to excuse myself very shortly so that I can go and use the ladies' room and get a cup of coffee and all that jazz.
Yeah, we know what else you're going to do.
All right. Thank you so much for having me, Kodi. It's great to see
Lexi.
everybody. And it was nice to meet you, Stash, and Wendy. Thanks for Thanks for showing up because I got to meet some new people. Yes, 1:15 Central. That's correct. All
No,
right,
I
I
love you,
just
Lexi.
posted it.
Lexi.
Lexi, you are welcome on my channel anytime.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And bye, Tina.
She's
Happy
back
and,
on
birthday,
uh,
Lexi.
and
Tim
thank
took
you so
over.
much. Bye, Willow. All right, guys.
You
See you
stay
later.
strong, girl.
Thank you. I will. I'll be
There
around.
it is.
You're a
Oh,
warrior. Don't forget that.
Make her blue so she can drop her link, Cody.
Oh, I'm not blue.
Oh, she's not blue. Sorry.
Oh my God, Cody.
I'm sorry. I got all excited that she was here.
Yes.
There you go. Now you're blue.
Okay. There we go.
I got
Excellent. I
I
was
got
like, I
distracted by
posted
the
it
phone.
twice. I'm like, nobody's gone over and subscribed.
I got distracted by the bow.
It's fine. It's fine.
Now you can
I'm
drop
not a
it.
big person about like earning subscribers anymore. I just
Hey,
want to.
Scarlett.
I started my YouTube channel to share my journey.
Hi, TV.
I got so far away from that. Hi, Toilet Girl is shh,
Scarlett.
don't tell me.
Scarlett.
Don't tell me. Scarlett, no, you jerks. I wouldn't have gotten it anyway, but I knew
I
it at
said
one
it before
point.
you said that.
Scarlett actually made the very first comment in here at like 4:15 this morning Eastern time. So
Wow.
Scarlett was on point with letting me know
Right?
she knew I
For
was going
sure.
live.
For sure.
I love you.
Yeah,
I
no,
love you,
Scarlett,
TV.
thank you very much. And I gotta go because I really have to use the restroom.
All right, honey. Love you.
Bye, guys.
Love you. In case I'm still live, just know that my heart is with you and I love you.
Okay. Love you too.
Bye.
Doidles.
So how come Tina abandoned us, Tim?
She is taking in some nourishment.
Okay.
She's stuffing her
All you
face.
do is say she's stuffing her face.
Yeah, well.
Blood sugar
It's-
started dropping.
Oh, I got you. Then good. Take care of yourself.
Yep, I get that one.
Yep. Oh, and Tina, to answer your question that you messaged me last night, I ended up eating the rest of the casserole.
Okay.
When I went out there, I was going to steal it anyway, but when I went out there, my son was awake, and he was like, you can have the rest of it. I'm like, it's not as much fun when he gives it to me.
Yeah, that kind of kills it.
Yeah. But he did try it. He didn't like it. He said it reminded him of White Castle. Because when my mom browned the hamburger, she chopped up onions and cooked the onions with the hamburger.
Oh, I always do that.
It's only
Yeah,
like that.
and so I don't know. He said it tastes like White Castle, which I don't mind because I like White Castle. But it had vegetables in it, which
was in the freezer.
Not a White Castle person.
that's okay, TD. You're fine.
Well, I buy the package and then I get rid of half of the buns and take the patties and put them on so they're kind of a double.
Yeah,
It reduce the bread. There's a lot of bread for that.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 But no, anytime I brown hamburger, I either chop up onions and put it in, or I take the chopped onion and toss it in, and it reconstitutes while it's cooking.
Yeah, I it's been so long since I've been able to cook. But I do that too. And I
You'll get
sometimes
back
will
into it, girl.
sometimes I'll do like roasted red peppers in it too. Like the ones that you get in a jar, they're already roasted for you.
Mhm.
And I chop those up and I throw them in there. Stash, I don't really know if I like White Castle itself. I've had the frozen White Castle and I didn't really like those, but I've never had actual White Castle, so I don't know.
I've actually had White Castle. They had them in Nashville.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you're poor and you need a place to eat and it's super cheap, yeah, we raided
Yep.
White Castle. You know, of course, you know, I was newlywed, 18 years old, been married a year, you know, big move across the country.
Yeah.
Closest ones here is down in St. Louis, and I had some when we was
They
in
don't have them
Chicago
around here.
driving a truck years ago. We stopped at one, and I didn't care for it.
I like White Castle fresh.
It's a mood
No,
thing.
I have had Crystal Burger, which I guess is the southern equivalent of White Castle or something.
Yeah,
And I didn't really like their burgers, but their little chicken sliders were good. The chicken sandwiches were good. I did try one of their ices because the kids that I was with they were all like, "Oh, we need to get the ices," and I got a strawberry one, and I took 2 sips of it, and I thought my heart was going to stop. It was so cold that it actually gave me chest pains.
Brain
so
freeze.
I was like, I'm like, yeah, no. And I handed it to one of the kids. I'm like, that thing's going to kill me. So, you don't like
Culver's in Springfield.
Well, Stash, if you don't like onions, you won't like Crystal Burger either because they have onions in the patty mix.
Yeah, because they're all about the onion.
I have never seen
I sauteed up 3/4 of an onion and put half of that on a chili dog. I mean, it was like running off, and man, I was a happy girl. I love onion. Of course, I don't have anybody around that I got to worry about bad breath either.
The way that I make burgers at home, John used to call them my garbage burgers because I would saute onions and mushrooms with some garlic and butter, of course, actual butter, not that fake crap. Okay, Wonder Woman, thank you for stopping in.
Hi, Wonder Woman. Have a good day.
And then, you cook the hamburgers, cook the patties, and put the sauteed onions and mushrooms on it. And then you put mozzarella cheese on it. And you cover it so the cheese melts. Like you turn the heat off and you just cover it. And the cheese melts. And then you put it on a bun with some barbecue sauce. And it is so good.
And
they're messy.
I don't do the bun.
I mean, they are so messy. I mean, it'll run down your arm while you're eating, and it's
Be right
so
back.
Good. Okay, honey. Yeah, I want burgers.
I like making a patty and just slathering it in sauteed onions and mushrooms.
Yeah.
And I saute my mushrooms like they make them. Excuse me, at Bonanza restaurant back in the day.
Never eaten there.
Seasoned salt Worcestershire.
I hate seasoned salt. Ugh. I don't like it. Now you're weird. You love cook onions. What? My son would never eat onions and mushrooms. He still won't eat mushrooms, but now he wants onions on everything. So I'm like, they are actually good for you. They're an antioxidant. So that works for me because I like onions. I like mushrooms.
Mold.
I mean, when I was a kid, you couldn't get me to eat an onion or a mushroom. My mom tricked me by making tuna noodle casserole with mushroom soup, cream and mushroom soup. I didn't know that's what it was. And I was like, and she's just sitting there kind of eating and laughing. And I'm like, what's funny? I don't know, I was like 6 or something. And she's like, that's made with mushroom soup. And I was like, well, damn, but it was good. So I ate it, and I started trying to pick the mushrooms out. And she was like, don't you even start. I'm like,
yeah, I like the bloomin' onion too, Stash.
I've never had that. I want to try it.
I've made them. They're a pain in the
I talked my mom into making tuna noodle casserole for me because Tina and I were talking about different casseroles that we make, and I was just like, oh, I want tuna noodle. And of course, Tina is very burnt out on tuna. She's not, no tuna for Tina, but no tuna for Tina. I made it funny for myself. I made myself giggle.
I don't make a whole tuna noodle casserole anymore. Because it's just me. But I'll take the Easy Mac packet.
Yeah.
And I'll make up one of those and add some cheddar cheese and just drain a can of tuna and plunk it in there and maybe some mixed veggies or something and just
Jen, Jen's right. You really can't taste the mushrooms. But as a kid, once I knew they were in there, I was kind of like, you know what I mean? I used to trick my kids like that too. I made a meatloaf once that had I chopped up onions really small. I also used Lipton onion soup mix, and John basically dusted. He chopped up the mushrooms so fine they were like dust, and we mixed it in. And the kids were like, "Can we have more?" And I did the same thing my mom did. I'm just sitting there laughing. So I was like, "You guys just ate onions and mushrooms." They're like, "No, we didn't." I'm like, "I said I know what I put in the food, My daughter, you guys are leaving me here all by myself. My daughter, when we were at the seafood place, it was one of those little seafood shacks, and we used I used to get the fisherman's platter, and it had shrimp and fish and scallops or scallops, however you wish to say it. And she was like, "Ew, scallops are nasty," and I'm like. So I took all the breading off a piece of it. She loved the fish. She kept trying to eat all my fish. And I'm like, get off my plate. What the hell? I eat your own. And so I took all the breading off the scallop and cut it, And a scallop, when it's cut up, looks like a piece of fish, So I moved that around, so that was the next thing she was going to grab. She grabbed it and ate it, and she's like, "Oh, this fish is good. You have 2 different fishes on there." And I was like, "You like that?" And she's like, "Yeah." So I gave her another piece. I was like, "You just ate a scallop." She's like, "No, I didn't." I know, I'm an evil mom. TG, I hate it when that happens. Wendy, me too.
What?
But there's no way I can get in the wheelchair again, so I'll be mowing on another Pop-Tart later. Yeah, I was an evil mom. I tricked my kids all the time into eating stuff they said they didn't like.
I just seen it when I went to open the window.
But you know what was awesome with Talon, with my godson, is from the time he was about 2.5, 3 years old, where their bed was, because they lived in the living room, where their bed was right against the counter where I would cut everything up. Hi, Amy. And my hotness.
Hi, Amy.
And he'd watch me chopping mushrooms and onions and whatnot. And one day, just out of curiosity, I gave him a piece of mushroom. And he kind of looked at it for a minute. You know, he's 2, 3 years old, something like that. And he looked at it and he took a bite of it. And then all of a sudden stuffed the entire thing in his mouth and ate it. And then held his hand out because he wanted more. And I'm like, are you kidding me? The kid's eating raw mushrooms. I'm like, hell yeah. So from then on, anytime that I was chopping up mushrooms, I'd like slice it. And then out of like maybe, 4 or 5 slices, he'd get one. And, that's how we went. We, just before John passed, we had bought 2 of the small containers of mushrooms, just the white button mushrooms. And they were in the fridge. John was going to make something. I forget what he was going to make, but he was all excited to make it. And it called for a ton of mushrooms. And we always like tripled recipes because of my son. And I went out in the morning and one of the little box things of mushrooms had only 1 mushroom in it. And I was like, I think you're going to have to go back and get more mushrooms if you want that many mushrooms in the dish you're making. He's like, what are you talking about? We got 2 boxes. I'm like, no, we don't anymore. And I was like, did somebody get into the mushrooms? And, both Issa said she didn't like mushrooms because whatever. But he was like, well, I didn't touch them. I'm like, and I know I didn't touch them. I'm like, and we all looked at Talon and he's like, I left one. He's so cute. Yeah, 6 years old and he ate an entire box of mushrooms. I'm like, well, so I told him, I said, next time you have to ask. Yeah, I said, next time you have to ask, honey. He's like, okay, Auntie Bear. I've never had oyster.
The window on my door, and there was a package.
Oh, nice. I've never had oysters. I will not eat raw oysters. I do not understand how someone said, hey, let's crack open the shell. Oh, look at this bunch of snot in here. Let's eat that. I don't understand. But I am willing to try like a fried oyster. I am willing to try that. And I want to try calamari. But that's not anything that I would try as like a takeout dish. Because I know that you have to cook it correctly or it's like rubber bands. And I won't be able to send it back if it's not cooked correctly. If I'm in a restaurant, I can be like, can you have them redo this because it's not cooked correctly? And anybody who thinks I wouldn't send it back.
Crab. Beyond that, yeah, I don't do fish. Oh, tuna, canned tuna.
No.
Here's your boy fish sticks. Yeah, that's the extent of my seafood consumption.
I like fried tilapia. I make fried tilapia. With jasmine rice and a vegetable. I make fried tilapia. It's really good. And don't even get me started on lobster. I am a New England girl full and full. I love my lobster, but here it's $25 a pound here. I don't think so. So it does sash. Raw oysters looks like snot. It's gross.
Crab legs, I'm good. Lobster, shrimp, I'm good. Not a problem. Clams even. Fried clam strips. I'm good. I like scallops. But I don't want no nasty flipping oysters. None.
Oysters.
None.
All right, Amy. I love you. Thank you for stopping in. My hotness.
Bye, Amy.
Well, like I said, my uncle was from Louisiana, and he'd come up with oysters.
Yep.
And they would put them in, they would ruin dressing. They'd make oyster dressing.
Yeah.
I'm like, who rolls?
Yep. It's like, who came up with this? Yeah. Well, I mean, I've only had crab, like crab legs. I've only had crab once, like real crab.
Yeah.
The generic crab is disgusting. The generic crab and lobster, it's all. But I've only had real crab once, and I didn't like it. But that was when I was a kid, and taste buds change. So if it came up, I'd probably try them, just to try them, to make sure that I actually didn't like them. Because thank you, Wendy. I love you, honey. I know a lot of people that like crab. It just seems like a lot of work for not, I mean, thank you, Wendy. I appreciate it. I love you, honey. But I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm willing to give a lot of foods that I wouldn't eat. Yeah, it is a lot of work. I see people hauling on them things like, and I'm like, damn.
Oh, I do. I like my crab legs. Of course, then again, like I said, Uncle was from Louisiana, so it's nothing for me to take a fully cooked soft shell blue crab on a sandwich.
Ugh. I won't eat anything that still has eyes on it.
Yeah, if it's looking at me, I ain't eating it, people.
No.
And I ain't eating any of its guts either. I don't give a crap
Nope.
what critter it is.
Nope. Did you, TG? TG used to catch crabs. A lot of people go crabbing. You got to look for the little bubbles coming up in the sand.
I tend to be more crabby in the urge to crab in.
Seafood is so expensive here, and that's why if I was going to order calamari, I know how expensive that is. I would definitely have to be in a restaurant, so if they fuck it up, I can send it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
I will never forget going into Red Lobster with my dad, and he wanted king crab. But then when he got it, he couldn't figure out how to open it. And when he did get shown how to open it, he bitched the whole time about how much work it was to get it open, to get the meat out. And he's like, I'm never doing this again. I was sitting over there with a lobster tail on the other side of the table and just eating away while he's over there trying to kill crab. And he's like, what is that? And I said, it's a lobster tail. And he says, what's it taste like? And I handed him a bite. He said, well, I like that better. And I'm like, well, that's your problem. He says, you're killing yourself trying to get your dinner out. And I'm like, yeah, because I was smart enough to order lobster instead of crab.
When I was a kid,
I was popped him on the head and said, no shit.
When I was a kid, we had two restaurants in my town. One was called the Old Oaken Bucket. They made really good greasy pizza, but they also had kind of like a fine dining thing going on too. As an adult now, I'm kind of like, what was this theme of that restaurant? There wasn't. It was all over the place. And we had a Chinese food place called the Tiki Lao. When I grew up, I spent a lot of time in the Tiki Lao bar. Hi, Mama.
Hey, Kelly.
And we used to, when it was fancy dinner night, when it was a treat type of thing, like once a month, once every other month or something, we would go out for an actual sit-in dinner. And yes, I had to dress up and I hated it, but I got to get lobster. And the only thing I remember is that my dad, no matter how he tried to approach it, whenever he tried to crack open his lobster, he always got hit in the eye with lobster juice. Every single time. He's like, God damn it. It was all over his glasses. It was funny. And me and my mother just be sitting there laughing and having absolutely no problem cracking open lobster. So, yeah. And the Old Oaken Bucket the guy ended up, I'm pretty sure he burnt it for insurance purposes because business was going slow. And the guy that owned it was kind of on the shady side, I should say, so they had a fire and it wasn't too extensive. And then they rebuilt and improved it and, of course, got publicity. So business boomed a little bit. And then after a few months, it started going back down. And all of a sudden, half the place burned down. So I'm like, yeah, that's not obvious or anything. But that's just my opinion.
We had a Nickerson Farms burn.
What?
And then we had the lumber place burn. And I know the Lowe's was closed, but I can't remember if Nickerson's was or not. But I felt bad because Nickerson Farms had a bee habitat.
Yeah.
And the bees died.
That sucks.
I was all upset about that. I was only like 5.
Jen said her solution is to eat steak. I can't eat steak. I don't like steak.
Give me a ribeye medium rare and I'm a happy girl.
I have a psychological thing about steak because my dad, when I was, I don't know how old I was. I was under 10. I know that. My mom made steak, and we were all eating, and I ended up with this piece of gristle that I tried to take out of my mouth and put in my plate. My dad wouldn't let me. He's like, "Eat your steak," and I'm like, "It's gristle." He's like, "Eat it." I'm like, "What?" And he made me sit there and chew that piece of gristle for like an hour. He wouldn't let me up from the table, and it was too big for me to just swallow. I would have choked to death. So. And my mother finally was like, walked over with a napkin and goes, "Spit that out now." And I'm like, "Thank you." So I couldn't even look at steak after that. I did have steak twice after that. Once when I was 18, and my friend's brother was doing steaks, and he broiled them. And they were really, really tender, and I was able to eat that. And the other time was at... what is it? Longhorn? Is it Longhorn? Texas Roadhouse. It was Texas Roadhouse. And my friend was like, I wanted seafood, and the only thing at the time that they had available was a seafood steak combo plate or something. Because she was a secret shopper, so she had these coupons, and you had to get what was listed on the coupons. So, And I was actually able to eat that because I've always had problems with my teeth since I was 19. So I was able to eat that, and it was pretty good. Yeah, Texas Roadhouse. I love Texas Roadhouse, but haven't been there in a really long time. My treat for us, whenever it's a birthday or like a holiday or whatever, is Chinese food, because it's so rare that we rare that we get it that it's always Chinese food. Or KFC for Christmas. I ate KFC for Christmas. Well, a little bit after Christmas, but it still counts. It was my Christmas dinner. We always end up talking.
Dinging.
Not
Pictures of the bean.
Oh, that's what it is. It's this up here. Okay.
Smash. We have a bag of shrimp in the freezer right now. I'm hoping that my son will make like chicken and shrimp Alfredo. Although, and when I mentioned to him, because all we have is canned chicken, and I was like, "Well, do the canned chicken, put shrimp in." He goes, "You want me to desecrate the yummy shrimp with canned chicken?" I was like, "Just do it." I'm like, because it will improve it with the shrimp, So. I'm hoping that he'll make that soon. He was gaming last night, so I guess he's feeling a little bit better. Right now, I think he's sort of sleeping, sort of not. I don't know. He was moving around a little bit when I was out there, but his dog kept barking. When the neighbor came over, I'm like, what? But, when the kid can game at 3 o'clock in the morning and wake me up and I have no cigarettes, his dog barking because I have the neighbor going to get me some is all fair game. Mm-hmm. Well, that was ironic, Wendy. I just answered that question. I think he's feeling a little better. He was yelling at the game, he was yelling at his teammates. So I'm going to assume that his ear is not bothering him as bad because he didn't game for like 3 days. And now that he's back yelling at his game, hopefully things will start moving along. Although, I love you too, Robin.
Hey, Robin.
Yay.
Hi, Robin.
Hi, Robin.
I have never known what in the hell surf and turf is, Jen. I have no idea.
Well,
And I
you
figure it
think
has
about
something to do with seafood.
Surf is seafood, and turf is like beef. So surf and turf. I mean, you can do seafood and chicken,
beef.
but yeah,
like
seafood
shrimp
beef.
and steak.
Yep. Or
Okay.
lobster tails and steak. Yeah.
I just call it shrimp and steak.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Messages. Oh, shit. Wendy, I didn't even see I had a message from you from 5 hours ago. Hi, Wendy. Sorry.
Way to go, girl.
I don't always get the sound, so I don't always see my messages. Facebook hates me.
Well, you know me. I mean, I navigate it worse than you do.
Blah, blah, blah.
And how are you feeling today, Robin?
My screen is all wonky. I can't get to private messages. That's weird.
I know StreamYard was a total clusterfuck pretty much all day yesterday. Everybody was having problems with it.
Huh.
I still can't. I don't have the tabs at the top.
Yeah, I got it. I was checking to make sure maybe they changed something.
I did not forget about you, Wendy. Well, I should be able to. I mean, oh, wait. Oh, they changed it.
Just
Don't you
okay.
love it?
They changed it on the side. You have comments, and then down like 3 little icons is private chat. I got you. Damn. Why do people always go to change it? It's not broken.
Yeah.
People they're always change it. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, usually when they try to make it more navigationally efficient, they add clicks.
Yeah.
What is adding clicks making it? How does that make it more efficient? I'd like to know.
Yeah.
What I think is even more hilarious is when people are sitting there clicking and they're bitching about, well, I've got to do this to get there, and I'm like, it's a click. It's not like you're having to run a marathon, people.
I know, right?
It's
Robin,
hilarious.
look, Robin, I got some. I'm in the back room going, I have no cigarettes. Today sucks. Yes, Tim will be doing a live tomorrow after the doctor calls at around 3:30 p.m. So we all get updated and know what's going on because we love Tim. Hi, Susie. Oh, Susie's not blue. I got to turn Susie woozy blue. Blue, blue, blue.
Yep, Susie needs smurfed.
She does. There, Susie, now you're blue.
Or as they are now saying on some channels, throw them a blueberry.
That's weird.
I don't know. People start throwing fruit at me, I'd throw it back, you know?
Right?
You throw fruit, I'm throwing rocks, people.
No, just freeze the fruit and then throw it back. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but who wants to wait on that? You know, you got to go with the moment.
Yeah. Well, Robin, what Tim was telling us earlier is that they did get some really good images of the mass, and it's near his pituitary gland in that area. So hopefully with really good images, they'll be able to figure out what it is, because they weren't really sure whether it's an aneurysm or a mass or whatnot. So I would cross all my toes, but
you crap and then cross all your toes.
I'm at like half with that, so I'll just do this. And I have candlelight for Tim always, and Robin.
Fingers, toes, and nose hairs.
I'm not crossing my nose hairs.
They naturally cross anyways. It's kind of a given.
Last name is Glenn Iyer.
Oop, I hear the spawn.
Yes, the spawn is home.
Seems about to be just about the same age as you.
Shh, Mom's on.
This for me?
Yeah.
Goodbye. Hi, Cody. Hi, Willow.
Hi, Spawn.
Hello, dear.
He hates it when I call him that. Hello, Damien.
But yeah, Robin, when they did the MRI, the tech said that it was down by the pituitary gland. Vision's not improved. Oh,
See, I want to take all of my friends and I want to squish them. Give them big bear hugs.
Is your lid still working its way up, Robin, on your blink control? Or is it kind of stuck?
You don't need strawberries?
Yeah.
Also some peppers.
Robin, do you like my bear paws? Aren't they cute? I made that last night. Oh, thank you, Kiki. I love the little teddy bear that she's able to put in there. I don't have that.
Some of the emojis. Some of them are better, some of them are worse.
Well, you know what? When I hit that little smiley on the chat window, it freezes everything, and I can't do anything for like 2 minutes. So, aw, Robin, it's gonna get better.
Give it time, girl. It hasn't been that long.
It will.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't, you will adjust like a rock star and still be awesome. So there.
I'm sure there's just tons of patches heading your way in the mail.
People have threatened it, yes.
Pirate her up.
I told her we can be pirate twins. She can have the patch, and I have the peg leg. And
Pirate twins.
oh, it does that on yours too, Stash? Yeah, I don't know why it does that. It used to work fine, and like I said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Now it's broke, fix it.
I think where they updated it and changed some of the icons and added some, that it takes it longer to load, and it's locking people up.
See, everybody's saying their computer freezes, and I don't use my
for
phone.
a second, then it's fine.
I don't use my phone for anything, so.
I haven't tried doing emojis with my computer. I haven't tried.
I do emojis all the time.
I can do the ones that I know, like the little zipper mouth. I just do the 2 little dots, and then I start typing zipper, and it comes up as a choice. I can do that one, and the woozy face. I can do that one.
I don't know the codes. The gray line in the emoji block is actually a search engine. And
but everything
I need arrows to point something out. I just hit ARR, and it automatically the arrows come up, and I just
I can't use it because it freezes everything up. That's the woozy face. Because I hit that little smiley and everything just locks down. I can't. The video stops. Everything stops.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well,
that's just for a second or two, but then it's fine after that.
Yeah, Stash. It might work better on the phone. Who knows?
I don't know. I use my laptop. I don't go online on my phone hardly ever.
Yeah, Robin, that's what I do, and it's funny because if I want something and I don't know if they have an emoji, I'll just start typing. I'll do the 2 dots. And then I'll start typing what I want, and sometimes it comes up, and sometimes it's totally different than what I'm looking for. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah. Yep, the thinking face.
Some weird stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Definitely do. Yeah, Robin, I got the bear paws. I got that when I did a Google search for bear paw images. And it just came up, so I stole it off of Google.
You didn't steal it, you borrowed it.
I borrowed it. I'm not monetized. I can do that. But I had made the thumbnail for this a long time ago. It was one of the thumbnails I just made and left the time and everything blank. And then I was like, well, I want to do the matchy match thing and make my background with the paws. So I went in and grabbed it again. The swirlies that are behind Always Expect the Unexpected, the lines, I couldn't find lines. Because this was done in Adobe Spark, and they didn't have any good lines unless you paid for them. And I'm like, no. And so I went on Google and I searched for decorative lines, and that's one of the reasons the background is white, because unless you pay for Adobe Spark or Canva, that doesn't take the background off of things. So I left it white so everything would blend. Yep. Sometimes you have to do the underline, the underscore. But yeah. See, Robin didn't get to see the full thing, so I'm going to take everybody off for a sec. And there it is. Whoops. There we go. So yeah. Because it just looked too plain in the middle, so I had to have something Something decorative. Swirly. I like swirly. Makes sense. That's right. Thank you, Wendy. I did notice that Adobe Spark doesn't. Oh, thank you, Robin. Adobe Spark does not give you as many font choices as Canva does, but I managed to get through it. Although you can upload your own. You can upload your own fonts, but my 50 million fonts I have are on disk somewhere in here.
Land of somewhere.
A land of somewhere. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. My cracked version of Paint Shop Pro 7 is in there too. I can't afford that shit. Come on.
Who can?
And I know they're on like Paint Shop Pro 310 now, but they started, like I said, fixing things that made it very confusing for me. And I'm like, I can use up to Paint Shop Pro 9, and then I just do not like the way that they have it set up. So, and I never really did use Adobe. The Photoshop. I never used that.
Adobe.
Because some people say it that way.
Kind of like payout.
T. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure I could figure it out because I have pretty good comprehension skills. It's just,
Bye, Jen. Private chat, Cody.
People making me leave. What's going on? What?
Have fun over there, Jen.
I don't know if she wants to. I don't like to be pushy.
Awesome.
Robin, do you want the link? Because Willow was concerned about your eyes. Do you want the link so you can come in?
Yeah, I was
I can
concerned
send it.
about you having to read chat versus just being able to chatter or
Yeah.
strain on your eyes.
Robin, so many people want Robin on their lives. They're like, oh, if we have Robin on our lives, 1 million people will show up. And I don't want to do that to her, but she's more than welcome
No,
to.
that's
She's
not
always.
what I was just
I
looking
know it wasn't what you were doing. Relax, Willow. I know it wasn't what you were doing.
My radar don't even go that way.
I know that's not what you.
Even if she's
I know.
black screen.
I know that you were trying to be very considerate, and it wasn't you. But a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I want Robin," yeah, and I don't want to put that kind of pressure on her. But she is always welcome on my lives.
Do that crap.
She is always welcome on my lives. She knows that. God, I don't know what I'd do if there were a bunch of people in here.
I hear Willow's train.
Yeah, got one going by. Front door window's open, so.
It's not as bad as Rhonda's. Rhonda's train sounds like it's coming through her house when it goes by.
Yeah, sounds like it's going through the living room or something.
It does. When you can actually hear the ding, 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 you know that train is pretty damn close.
Well, mine is 3 trailers, a field, a metal manufacturing plant, then the trains. And I think hers are just like the trains. So, little distance. I'd say probably, I don't know, block and a half maybe. Because Souders is huge. And then, of course, they have spurs going in so they can offload steel.
Right.
Yes, Stash, it does help.
Of course it does, Stash. We love you. Well, I mean, 100,000, is that 100? A million people would be good, but even I wouldn't be able to keep up with chat if there were that many people in there. No. I'd have to put that slow thing on or whatever you do, and
right.
Well, I mean, you have 1,000 people, and you might visit with 5 to 10% of that on panel.
Yeah.
Maybe another 15%, 20% in chat, and the rest of them always end up being lurkers, or they subbed and they never come to the channel. So,
Wendy, you are awesome, and I hope you're not making a big butt joke because I'm not the one to be doing that. I love you. Oh, Susie, Lexi just went. I think she just went live. It's
Yeah.
2:20. Lexi went live to do a birthday celebration, so she's on her channel doing a live. You can pop in there.
Yeah. Yeah, Jen just went over there.
And that's fine. I'm just happy when people stop by and say hi, you know.
Yep.
Come and hang out with us for a few minutes, or just pop in and be like, hey, saw you were live. How you doing? I got to go. Bye.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I do not get offended. I do not get offended if people don't stay. You know, it's just a hangout. This is just kind of
stuff going on, and whether they're resellers or not. I mean,
Right.
I've had to go 2 or 3 times here to do stuff.
It's mostly to keep me distracted, and if people get burnt out on auctions, they know they can come here, and we're not selling a damn thing. So
Yeah, there's no selling.
Yet.
Just a place to hang out.
Yeah.
Hang out and distract Kodi on a difficult day.
Yeah. Aw, I love being stuck with you, Wendy. She said, I'm
That's
staying.
awesome,
You're stuck with me. Susie. Well, I wished Lexi happy birthday when she was in here, so. And I wished her happy birthday earlier this morning in Victoria's back room. And I will probably wish her happy birthday at some point in time later today.
Are you coming on, Wendy?
Yeah, Wendy, it's not like you don't have the link. I sent you the link, girl. It's just too old and confusing to me. Stash.
Hey, I don't do content either, buddy. I get it. Not my cup of.
I didn't, but Tina and I decided that because our venue to chit chat and harass someone, we won't name him because he never comes on my lives. Because that venue is
in the back room, so
yeah, because that venue is not available anymore because he's doing things and sorting his head and whatever. We like to chat with all of our people, and so we started doing our own lives. And Tina said I hadn't
done one in a while, and I need.
Tina said I had to catch up with her, and I think now it's she's gonna have to be doing one next. So, because we enjoy talking to everybody and seeing people in the chat and having people on the panel. Speaking of which,
it's our socialization.
Hi, my Wendy.
Hi. Hi.
There she is.
There she is.
Emoji of a rubber baby.
That's such a cute little newborn. So sweet. But yeah, Stash, I mean, when you first start, well, I didn't have that problem because I had been hanging out with a lot of resellers and listening to them as new people were coming on and them explaining how to do it. So I have good memory retention for most things. So I was able to navigate it pretty easily. And that whole thing, Larry was like, don't worry about being nervous. I'm like, nervous about what? I've gone on a ton of lives. He goes, it's different when you do your own. And I'm like, it was not. But yeah, so
I didn't have any problems going on my own live. I was just figuring out a certain different controls and whatnot.
Yeah.
StreamYard.
But yeah, I've seen a lot of people have problems with when they first come on. They don't know, how to angle their camera, or they don't know how to, turn their mic back on if it's already muted, or camera, mic, whatever. It happens. Don't worry about it. You keep trying. You'll be fine. Practice, my friend, practice.
Oh, and I will be doing a live with Joke Dauber, which is the elderly gentleman I mod for on Saturdays.
Oh, cool.
On Wednesday at 4 Central, 5 Eastern. And I'm going to drop the link.
Okay. What's it about?
Picking my brain, basically. Usually he just natters and then a question pops in his mind and he asks it. He's 80 years old. But pop in, show him a little support if you want.
Cool.
He loves new people.
Just do it.
He's
Stash.
He used to curbside pick via his mobility scooter. but
Oh,
he had COVID and then pneumonia, and
yeah.
he's barely getting stood up on his own by himself at this point. He's went out on his scooter once, I think, but the daughter's trying to keep him at home, keep him protected.
How's all the family? Because I know almost all the family had ended up
The whole
getting
family had it. Yes. Yes, the whole family had it. They are recovered, and back to work if they work, what have you. One of the boys is 12. One is grown, but he's a special needs and he can't work. And then the other have moved out of the home and he got a girlfriend, moved in with his girlfriend, so he's started adult life.
Yeah.
He still comes around and stuff, but he doesn't.
Adulting sucks.
But
Adulting sucks. I don't like it.
do what?
Adulting sucks.
Adulting is just part of life.
It sucks. I don't like it.
I don't think anybody particularly likes it, but you reach a certain age and it just kind of happens. You have to go there.
Yep.
Can I turn in my card now?
Yeah, I'd like to turn in my card too. I'm like that puppy, that little corgi puppy that there's a meme of, and he's just laying there, and it's like, nope, not today. Yeah.
I want my card upgraded to fucking platinum, people.
Yeah, Stash. I mean, my voice, when I listen to, like, because I have gone back and listened to my lives just a little bit to see what my voice sounds like, it sounds weird to me. It does not sound like what I'm hearing. And I don't know if that's because of the laptop microphone or not.
I never sound like I think I sound. So I think everybody has that. That's not my channel link, Stash. That's to Junk Dauber, whom I mod on Saturdays. He's doing Wednesday lives now, and he's having me on Wednesday.
Yep.
Interview.
I went to Boondocking with Boomers page the other day because he was having a live one of the days this weekend, and he was only going to be on for an hour, and they were kind of having a struggle with he had his friend, I think his name was Randy. He came on the live, but he still had his YouTube open, so you were hearing everything twice. And I'm in the chat trying to tell them, turn off your YouTube or whatever. And the problem was that they didn't know how to go to the comments section in YouTube. So they weren't seeing the comments. They were still in private chat. And I was like, how can I tell you?
Degree?
Yeah. And then they were saying, trying to Lance, which is Boondocking with Boomer. Boomer is his dog. He has a Great Dane. Gorgeous dog. He is, but the man's name is Lance. He was saying, get your wife on camera and she wouldn't do it because she didn't have makeup on. So then they were making, kind of ribbing women about how they have to have all their, face paint on and all that. And I was like, look, I go on live all the time, no makeup. And they're like, yeah, but Kodi is a guy's name. Are you a guy? You wouldn't do it anyway. And I was like, so I scrolled up and I grabbed the StreamYard link and I went on his live. And I was like, not a guy. And they were like, oh, you are a girl. And I'm like, yes. And they're like, wow, she really doesn't have makeup on. I'm like, nope, haven't used makeup in like 10 years. So
I haven't used makeup in almost 30.
So Lance is Canadian. I don't remember exactly what part of Canada, but he's Canadian. And he actually sounds like he's from Canada, like stereotypical. He says A after everything. And it just reminded me, it flashed me back to my relatives, because all my relatives on my dad's side are from Canada. And my dad trained himself out of that A on the end of sentences, but my relatives in Canada did not. So when they came to visit, everything was like, well, we're going out to dinner, eh? Like, and saying about instead of about. It took some getting used to. So, but it was fun hanging out with, some new people, and most of them have to do with camping, trailers, RVs, things like that. So it's kind of cool. Oh, Stash, you can play guitar. That's very cool. I started to learn how to play guitar, but it hurt my fingers, and I said nope. I played the clarinet. Well, it depends on the song. I mean, you start playing Leonard Skinner, and people are going to recognize it. You play Devil Went Down to Georgia on a guitar. People will recognize what it is.
Stash, I used to play guitar and sing, mostly sing. But yeah, I can't hold a note anymore.
I used to be able to sing, and I sang really well. And I got laryngitis when I was 18. I got laryngitis twice. I had it for 2 weeks, and then I had like a week where I was fine, and then all of a sudden I got it again, and it altered my vocal cords or something. I also had walking pneumonia when I was 18, so that affected my throat as well. So now I sound like a guy.
Like a dozen times, and tonsillitis. Still have my tonsils.
I do too.
Right about the time that it was time for me to start thinking about getting them out is when they quit doing it. So dealt with that a lot in my life. But
so I sound like a guy unless I do this.
Fake it till you make it.
Right? But I don't want to talk like that all the time.
no, I don't want to sing like the chipmunks either.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild. I had a friend of mine who was 4'11", and he used to not only sing that perfectly, but he would do the dance too. It was absolutely hysterical. It was funny. Freebird, I love that. I love Freebird. Freebird is awesome. But I used to play the clarinet, and it's so funny because my oldest daughter, always was like, I'm never going to be like my mother. I don't know why, because I'm awesome. Hello. But she's like, I'm never going to be like my mother. And yet she played clarinet in her high school band, which won awards. The football team sucked, but their band won awards. And then my granddaughter also started playing clarinet. I'm like, my oldest started making jewelry. She tried her hand at that. She's got a little bit of ADHD where it comes to crafts, though. She started making jewelry. She gave up on that, and she started doing macrame. Gave up on that. Started doing polymer clay. Gave up on that like the day she started, because she tried to make one of the pen covers that I make, and she couldn't do it. And I mean, it took me like 3 or 4 tries to get the clay around like a big pen to stay there correctly. It takes some practice and work to do that, and she couldn't do it in the first try, so she gave up. John, on the other hand, grabbed all the scraps that she was leaving behind and made a polymer clay rose. And it was absolutely beautiful, and she was so mad. So I was like, geez, if I say I'm going to test parachutes, do you think she'll do it first? But I mean, and then she started painting. She actually paints really well. My granddaughter paints really well. My granddaughter's actually, oh God, arguing. My granddaughter has actually sold some of her paintings when my daughter was actually going physically to work. She was showing some of her coworkers, on her phone, pictures of the paintings. And like 5 of them were like, I want to buy that one. I want to buy that one. I want to buy that one. And she sold like, I don't know, 7 or 8 paintings. It was awesome. And so she paints, and my daughter started doing like the silhouettes, like you'd have the multicolored background and then do a silhouette of like giraffes or elephants or whatever. They were really nice. Like, she's talented as hell. I used to paint when I was in school. So, I used to paint when I was in school. So all of the things that she's doing, I've already done. And she gets so mad when I'm like, oh, I used to do that. And she's like, So yeah, good luck, girl. But
well, you've been around longer than her, and you're the crafty sort, so it would stand to reason that you would have tried several things, a lot of things in your lifetime.
Well, I think what it was, now she did start doing diamond painting. Okay, this is my daughter. She's like, I want to try diamond painting. She goes to Michael's to get one thing of diamond painting, one kit, so she can try it to see if she likes it. She ends up coming home with 6 diamond painting kits. She's like, they were on sale. I'm like, oh my God, girl, you were out of control. Now, I don't know if she actually did any of them or not, or if she started them and then stopped. But
intense patience to do them, I'm sure.
Yeah, it does. Because, I mean, they're just tiny little things, and you got to place them in all these little, it's like paint by numbers, but with, it's almost a combination of paint by numbers and beads. I mean, they're gorgeous when you finish them, but
pixels, you're putting a dot at a time.
Yeah. And so I think one of the things she was trying to do was to be better at something that I did. You know what I mean? To like one up me or something. She had that kind of competitive mentality, and I do what I do because I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's not a competition; it's just sanity.
At least there's no. I know he does, Mom. Tina, I'm so sorry. I looked at my kids every once in a while when they're aggravating the crap out of me. I looked at them when they were little. I was like, in the wild, mothers eat their young, and they would all like run for their rooms. I told you I was an evil mom. Mm-hmm.
I think it's hilarious.
But yeah, I do what I do because I enjoy it. I guess we should be glad there's no room at my mother's house to do any soldering, because she's probably trying that too.
Yeah, her and fire and impatience. Those things don't really mix well.
My daughter is a bit clumsy, so soldering would probably not be a good plan for her.
Oh God, no.
Although she is doing really well in vet tech. In vet tech school. She went back to study to be a vet tech. And she went back. When did she go back? Like right after she got her taxes, I think, last year. And she's been getting straight A's the whole time. All this time. Every semester she's on the dean's list. She got upset because she was getting low A's. I'm like, are you kidding? They're A's. I'm like, what?
What the hell's
An
a
A is
low
an
A?
A. She's got the highest grade point average in her class, and she's doing really well. And it's not just book learning either, which is what she's usually the best at. She's not really good at, like my daughter has no street smarts, but she's a genius when it comes to book learning. Literally, she's up there in genius level. But this has applied sciences too. She has to volunteer. She goes, volunteer. It's mandatory for the class. Like 2 Fridays a month or 1 Friday a month and a Saturday or something. She has to go to a vet's office and work with them, with the staff, and help out the vet techs that are licensed and all of that. And she's been doing really well. So I'm very proud of her, even though she hates me and thinks I'm a horrible person. I'm still proud of her. She's my kid. She's.
Of course.
Yeah. I told her once, I said, I love you, but you're not somebody I would hang out with if I had a choice, because you're not nice. She's just not. She's gotten a lot better with other people in the past few years. Not too long ago, she seemed very sociopathic, where it all depended on how people could be applied to her life, like how that person was a benefit. If you weren't a benefit, she would drop you, So.
Good, your weather friend.
Yeah, well, it was more like how you're a game. Everybody in her life was a game piece. You know what I mean? So it's how she would move the game pieces around on her board.
Pawns.
Yeah, and she's gotten a lot better with that. So, and she's got a boyfriend and everything, and so she basically she works full time. She goes to college. She studies her ass off, and she spends time with the boyfriend. So, go girl. You know what I mean? Yep.
Young woman entering adulthood.
Oh, no. Spawn. Spawn like the comic book. No. Spawn as in like demon spawn. Devil child. That kind of thing. Sorry. We confused Stash. Sorry, Stash. Spawn needs to behave himself. He needs to behave. Do what he's told. Just be quiet. That would be nice for change.
Seen but not heard.
Tina does not have her earbuds in, which means if I say something, he's going to hear me.
Oh, you mean he can hear us? Let me at him.
Let's see. Yeah, she's come around a few times. This time she says she's done. I didn't do anything wrong, but oh, he's in his room. Well,
Dud.
My at least this time though, my daughter didn't stop me from communicating with my grandkids. Although my grandson has no online presence except on the PS4, and my granddaughter keeps getting grounded off of all social media. So. But my daughter said that if I say anything that upsets them, then I don't get communication anymore. So I'm pretty much terrified to say anything because they're teenagers. They overreact to everything. Hello.
Yeah.
So.
Lord.
Yeah. My my daughter will be 33 in March. So, yeah. She's going to do what she's going to do. My middle child, my daughter, I have 2 daughters and a son. She has nothing to do with the family. She does call my mom every once in a while and give her an update, but she turned her back on the family when she was a teenager and never looked back, really. What?
Cody, I'll be back in about half an hour, 45 minutes. I'm just going to phone our Bobby, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I won't be long. Love you all.
Love you.
Baby.
Love you. Bye.
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 Yeah, 32, 33. Damn. I feel so old. But, I mean, there was one period of time where I lost 7 years with my grandkids because she stashed 2 daughters and a son. Yeah, see? Because she asked me a question. I said that it's none of your business. So I'm not answering that question. And she goes, I want grandchildren's lives that blah, blah, blah. And I was like, in my spirituality, we do not take life force just as a thing that you swear on like that. No, I'm not doing that. And so she wouldn't let me have any contact with them. I missed 7 years with them. She's stubborn. And I couldn't go to my mom's house because she lives at my mom's house. And she told my mom that if I went over to her house, that she would take the kids and leave, which was a bullshit threat because she has no money and no way to go anywhere. And even now, she doesn't have a way to move out. But it scared my mom, and because my mom dotes on my grandchildren. So she let my daughter run her house. Okay, we have 3 daughters and the spawn. Yeah, and then it's intermittent stuff. She lets me see them. She doesn't. She lets me see them whenever her whims. It's just, I don't know.
She's one of those, Stash.
Yeah, it is what it is. I deal with it. I mean, I can explain it. I can explain it and I can talk about it. I don't dwell on that daily because I can't. There's no way for me to control that. She thinks that I said things to her that I never said. And she thinks that when I lost custody of her, that I never tried to get her back. Even after I showed her all the court paperwork, where while I was living in my car, I managed to get to the court dates. I mean, that takes hella effort. You know what I mean? I was calling the courthouse like every other day. We were going there to see if I had any court dates so that I could make sure I was there. I was living in my car. So, and I showed her all of that and still, proof is right there, but nope. She had her mind made up.
And that's the way it is, and
Yep.
it's not going to change anytime soon.
Nope. So.
Bullheaded.
Yeah. And I was actually hoping I was going to get over there for Christmas because I had my leg, but then I had complications with my actual leg, what's left of it, and couldn't use my prosthetic, and there's no way to get into my mom's house in a wheelchair, so I couldn't go. That was very sad. My mom does come over almost every Friday, unless there's weather. As my mom puts it, if there's weather, I'm not coming. My mom is 88 years old, but when I have a grocery order or something for pickup at Walmart, she'll get that for me on Fridays, and she comes in. The woman's a machine, man. She's in way better health than I am at 88, and I'm only, how the hell old am I? 52? Something like that. And she'll come over and start cleaning my house. And she'll get my son to clean, which is just a bonus. So
Yeah, that is a bonus.
It is. Because I can't get him to move his ass for the life of me. But it is what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I mean, my dad is gone. He's been gone for 22 years, so she kind of, when my daughter and the kids moved in with her, they were really little, and she just auto-focused on them. So the threat of my daughter taking them away from her, she freaks out. So
I don't have my mother anymore.
I know, honey. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me neither. Lost her in 2014.
So my mom's casserole was a big hit. She made me a casserole. She brought it over Saturday, and I ate most of it over the weekend. It was really good. And I talked her into making me tuna noodle casserole, which I will get all of because my son won't eat it with mushroom soup in it. And then she said she wanted to try it with canned chicken, just like tuna, but with chicken. And I was like, okay. And that means he won't get that one either because it'll have mushroom soup in it. There's a method to my madness. He drank all the chocolate milk.
Revenge.
Payback's the bitch, and I'm a bigger one.
Just turned 18.
Oh, is she at the point where she's reversing numbers? My mom can't do that. She's 88. It's the same either way. Yeah, everyone, well, my aunt on my mom's side, my aunt had my Aunt Janet and my Aunt Eleanor, who laughed like a hyena. I could not stand going to her place. And my Uncle Edward. And my Uncle Edward just passed a few years back. I was not allowed to go to the funeral or the memorial or whatever they had. I was not allowed to go. I am the black sheep of the family. I'm the black bear of the family. So I wasn't allowed to go. But his wife is still alive. She's not nice anymore. She was so sweet when I was growing up, but she's not very nice anymore. She's very cranky. And she has survived stomach cancer, and she had, it was stomach cancer. She went through all the treatments, and I mean, she looks like if you breathe on her too heavy, she'll fall over. But that could be why she's cranky. I don't know.
It's possible.
Hi, Big Mike. I wonder who that is.
I don't know.
I'm going to make him blue because I know if he misbehaves, I can still boot him.
Uh-huh.
So I can't talk shit about my husband anymore. Well, I still can, but yeah.
Not going there.
So yeah, my aunt's the only one on my mom's side, and my dad's relatives are all in Canada, and we haven't heard from them in 22 years. So I have no idea. Who? I don't know. You know, that guy that tried to kill me back in the day, that guy.
Oh.
How are you, Michael? How are you, Michael? Nah, he's all right now because he's in Massachusetts and I'm here, so we're good. It's a happy marriage. We don't fight at all, okay? In 20 and a half years, we haven't fought. Yeah, not you. Fibber. So what's up, Michael? Still being a player? Last time I asked him if he was with anybody. Yeah, that is true. The last time I asked him if he had found anybody, he was like, "No, I'm playing the field." And I'm like, "You fucking dog, still."
Generally wants a hound, always a hound.
The only thing that comes to mind with the term playing the field is somebody going around picking up golf balls out of a sand pit.
No?
Until they get too old to run the field, then they sit on the porch and bark.
Mm-hmm.
So is that nope you haven't found anyone, or nope you are not playing the field? What? Be specific. Damn. You're a good boy now, too old. I don't think you will ever be a good boy. Oh, Stash can't even find the field anymore. Poor guy. Well, Stash, that's because you're always high and you're walking in circles, dude. It's okay, though. The field is overrated.
Gotta put your bifocals on there, Stash.
Just get you a rocking chair and sit on the porch and let the field come to you. So yeah, Michael, this is what I do. I hang out with my Ride Hard and Dies, and we talk about everything.
Anything and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, just whatever comes to mind.
Yes, Michael has a birthday on Wednesday.
Well, happy early birthday, Mike.
Yeah, he'd be 48. I did my cougar thing. I went younger. Still didn't work for me, but gave it a shot.
I did
And a happy birthday in advance.
when he was 15.
Happy birthday in advance.
After that, I was like, no fucking way.
Michael, I talk about you all the time.
Uh-huh.
Just ask Tina and Willow. I mention you all the time. Not really in a good way, but no, I'm kidding. Facts are
I
facts,
didn't say it
dude.
was good.
Facts are facts, but I do tell them that you're on my friends list now and that we get along fine. So, there is that.
Yeah, time and distance makes a wonderful thing.
It does. It does.
So is this your ex? Is that what you're saying?
Well, technically, sort of, kind of, but legally, no. We're still legally married.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he's cheap and won't go get the divorce. Yeah.
So true, he says.
Yep. That's okay, though, because I have no plans of ever getting remarried, so.
Me neither. Been there, done that. Goes up.
Besides, if he wins the lottery, I get the money.
That's what I had this one friend. He always said it was cheaper to keep her.
Yep. I mean, don't get me wrong. Michael was he was a good guy. I mean, before all the problems, Michael, he treated me awesome. Otherwise, I wouldn't have married him. You know what I mean? Just things kind of went south after we got back from the vacation that we took. Things were never the same again. I don't really know what happened, except he became a big dick. So, sorry, Michael. But before that, I mean, that man would have, well, he almost did get in a couple of fights protecting me and standing up for me and things like that. I mean, he was, it was good. And there were certain aspects that were really good. But that whole cheating thing got me. Sorry.
Yeah.
But we did have good times. We did have good times, We did. And no, I'm not coming back up north. And no, I'm not getting a hotel room. Every once in a while, he'll message me and like, come back up north, get a hotel room, I'll come visit you. I'm like, no. Stash. Stash, you're awesome. It's good that you have your priorities in line, you know what I mean?
See, and that doesn't bother me one way or the other, whether the toilet seat's up nor down, because I always check.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I keep them down because I have cats, and I don't want to have to fish them out of the pot and have to bathe them and all that.
Yes. I don't like sharing. The only one you are not coming down here. Stay where you are, mister. Tina, help. I need to move quickly. No, the only one sharing my bed at this point is Simi and Onyx, the dog and the cat, and occasionally Marty will walk across my head. I guess that's her way of saying hello. I'm here, but I don't like sharing anymore. It's leave me alone.
Yeah,
No, if Michael came down here, I would visit with him. I'm not having sex with you, so just to put that out there, it's not going to happen. But I would visit with you and then kick you out. I wouldn't open the door and go, "Oh crap!" and
There's a
slam it.
shotgun and be done with it.
Nah, I wouldn't open the door and go, "Oh shit!" and slam the door in your face or anything. I would visit with you, but I know you're not coming down here, so I'm not worried about it. I could say that all I want. Yeah, we can visit, sure. You're never going to be here. Hell, he tried bribing me with a car once. He's like, "I'll give you a car if you come visit." I'm like, "What the fuck?" No, Michael, I know what that come on LOL is for. No. Nice try.
as I shake my head.
Tree trunk. Nice try.
Like I said, I just answered the door with my shotgun.
Nah. If I was going to shoot him, that would have been a long time ago. So, no, Sash, I am not trying to talk myself out of it.
No, she's been steadily adamant all the time I've known.
That was a long, long time ago. And I've been telling him no for years, so he already knows. It's okay. And no, I'm not sending him the link so he can come on live and speak. Mm-mm. You can just stay in the chat.
Don't dare.
Nope. He's staying in the chat.
I got that right, so that must be wrong.
Oh, Michael, how are the kids doing? I don't get updates on anybody's Facebook pages anymore, so I have no idea how everybody is doing up there.
Yeah, Facebook really sucks.
I'm glad they're doing good. I don't like it when people's kids have problems, whether it's financial or relationship, or I don't like it. I want everything to go smoothly and for everybody to be happy. Happy. Be happy.
Don't worry.
Holy shit, Paige is having a baby, really? Is this a good thing or a bad thing? I lost track of how old everybody was. How old is Paige now? Damn. Guess it doesn't matter if it's a good thing or a bad thing if she's that far along. It's happening.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Okay, it's a good thing. Good. Well, then I'm very happy for her.
But who's Paige?
He is ever so talkative,
I know.
Michael words.
Michael doesn't type very well. Oh, she's 20. Oh, okay. So that's, I had Desiree when I was 19. So, yeah, that's all right. Paige is
A daughter, stepdaughter.
Oh, she's not related to me at all. Well, technically, kind of, because Michael and I are still married. It gets very complicated.
So
the girl,
relation on her side.
the woman that he cheated on me with had kids, and Paige is his daughter with Tammy, right? I get all the kids confused.
So it's his daughter.
Because I know Samantha. Yeah, it's his daughter. I know Samantha was Tammy's daughter, because I remember her being in the house when she was little. And then Paige had been Tammy's daughter. And then there's the one we went to visit, Kellyanne. Kellyanne was Michael's daughter with somebody else. Trying to keep track of that after 20 something years is I'm like, shit. Yeah. his daughter with Tammy.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, I mean, who needs that many kids?
Yeah, Michael was going for his own, hockey team or something. He was just having kids with everybody. And Josephine.
Sorry, it sounds more to me like he was just trying to dip his stick everywhere he could. Didn't think about what would come out from the other end of it.
You guys always called her Josie, though, right? Mm. I'm lost on the Josephine, and I feel really bad because of that. I'm like, I should know that. But Kellyanne, yeah. Kellyanne was his daughter with somebody else, and she was just itty bitty, like 2 or something, when we finally talked her mom into letting him come visit her. He was so happy to be able to go see his daughter. He really was. Okay, so Josephine is also yours with you and Tammy? Well, see, I mean, he didn't go everywhere. He was just cheating on me with, well, as far as I know, could be more. But as far as I know, it was just Tammy. And he actually should have married Tammy and not me, because that relationship, them actually physically being together, lasted a lot longer than our marriage did. Yes, okay, yeah. Yes. So, yeah.
I'm already confused, so.
Yeah, I'm getting confused. One-word answers aren't helping, Michael. Learn to type.
Yeah, that's what I was making a point. I'm like, gay?
Yep. Yes, I was. Yes. And I forget what the questions were now. Okay. So, yeah. Just Tammy. Okay, just checking. Good to know. 17 years, yeah. So, and our actual physical marriage lasted like 6 months. So, yeah. We were together a year and a half. We got married, and it lasted 6 months. So altogether 2 years. You picked the wrong one, Michael. You picked the wrong girl. Told you that. But it is what it is, and it was a good learning experience. I survived a flaming firebird, and yeah. And I got arrested for the first time in my life.
Firebird. I mean, seriously?
Yeah, it was a flaming firebird, literally firebird.
Yeah, I know. Who ruins a firebird? I mean,
all my stickers blew up. I was so pissed off. I'm like, no, my stickers. I love those stickers. 7, but who's counting? 7 what?
You have 7 offspring now? You tie a knot in that thing, buddy.
Okay, I'm just going to leave the question 7 what out there so that the next thing he types should be the answer to that question. 7 what? Still get along with my first wife, just like you two. She had 2 more with the 2 we had, and get along. And she's single for over 10 years now, and me too. About the same time, he'd been married 3 times. Wow. Stash went for the trifecta.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty much over that. 7 months that we were married. No, I kicked your ass out in June. Because we went on our vacation in June. We got married at the end of January. We went on vacation around the beginning of June. And when we came back, you immediately went to the bar. And that was the start of the downfall of the whole thing. 6 months. June is the 6th month. Brat. Don't argue with me. You never win arguments with me. I don't know why you're trying now.
Yeah, really.
No. Me and the old man here, we've been together since '86. I ain't doing it no more.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he might be including the month after I booted him that he was telling me he wanted us to get back together. But during that month, he also told the local newspaper that Tammy was his fiance, and it was in print.
Now, there's an asshat move, dude.
And he told somebody that he was only telling me he loved me so that he could get his toolbox back. Fluffy! I'm live.
That's when you take
only
the toolbox and you get somebody with a really big truck and you just run over it a lot.
No, I sold that bitch.
That works too.
I needed the money to be able to get away because things were getting ugly and I did not want to put my kids in that. So that's when I was moving to South Carolina.
Yeah, so. Escape cash. Hey, Fluff.
Yep. Sorry, Michael, but Michael never kept his agreement for that toolbox. We had an agreement and he shook on it and he never met the requirements of that agreement. So that toolbox was technically not his.
Well, and the fact that you had to escape and you needed cash to escape and he was involved in part of all of that problem. Yeah, he
helped pay for that trip. Well, I would say he helped pay for the trip.
But since out of the toolbox, and that would have been a really big hammer.
No, that was a gorgeous toolbox too. It was absolutely. If I could have kept it, I would have. But
well,
he's over there going. He's over there probably going. Damn it! She had to bring out the fucking toolbox. And well, hi, Cody. Do you think? The toolbox is a sore spot with Michael, but sorry, Michael. You did not keep up, you didn't keep up your end of the bargain. It was mine to do with what I wanted.
Yeah, you know how much patience I have for asshat dude moves.
Yeah, I know you.
This much.
Oh, he doesn't want me to say what the agreement. His part of the agreement was that he reneged on. I'm not going to.
It's okay. We already know, anyways.
Right?
They do. They do.
You know, girl talk happens. You know.
It does a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fluffy, where's Squashy?
He misses that toolbox.
I missed the toolbox too. It was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous.
He types in the chat that he misses the toolbox, but that he doesn't miss you.
Right?
Seriously, dude?
You noticed that. You noticed that too, did you? Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
It was a Pullman toolbox with the round locks, and it was powder blue, and it was double layer, and it cost me $1,900.
See, I would miss that toolbox.
It was absolutely gorgeous. She's in bed sleeping? Okay. Is she sick again? Well, what? Well, what, Michael? Well, what?
Apparently he hasn't been in the presence of two seriously burned chicks that have zero patience for jackasses. Usually what I do with jackasses is I have them stuffed and then I use them to decorate my toolbox. Because, yes, I have a toolbox. A big one.
I took a drink.
You should know better, Tina.
You're blowing it out your nose, girlfriend. You'll fry your keyboard.
I know he misses me. It's nice to hear, though, you ass clown.
Exactly. It's those lack of those little things. Just automatically assuming. We all know what that means.
Stash, I took the dog, too. She has bad head. Oh, she got a cold, Fluffy? Or just a headache? I say just, but headaches can be pretty debilitating.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, the dog was already mine. Michael, I don't know what it is with men and giving me living things for presents, but Michael gave me the dog for a present as a gift. My Zeus.
The only thing I fought for in my divorce was my dog and having my name changed back to my given name because I wasn't carrying the jackass's name the rest of my life. Fuck no.
I like Michael's last name better than mine, so I kept it. Besides, I'm still legally married, so.
Well, that's fine. I just, when I got my divorce, it doesn't cost anything to have the judge go ahead and change it back while you're doing the proceedings. But if you go back later and try to do it, cost a fucking fortune. Hundreds.
Yeah, he has told me in messages that he misses me.
Yes, but you didn't say it here, so us could see it. So we just assume that you're more missing the toolbox than the people's. Yeah.
Willow is looking for a public declaration in front of witnesses that he missed me.
Well,
I miss him too. I miss him too.
And it's, I miss my toolbox, I know where to shove that fucker,
Rather not to, oh, okay, Flippy, I got you. Wendy will be back in a little bit. She had to go do something, so.
My table's waiting. Table?
It's coffee table.
Oh.
It's a Wendy Fluffy thing. Mm.
Yeah, I remember. It didn't say coffee table, it just said table, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, Fluffy's kind of lazy typing right now. My table's waiting.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's going to serve her dinner, doesn't it? My table is waiting.
He's very dangerous.
But yeah, I miss Michael too, sometimes.
For about 2 seconds. This puzzle's pissing me off.
Fluffy, behave. I can time you out, Yeah, I miss us before you turned into an ass clown, Michael. I do. Because when it was good, it was really good, and then it just all went to shit and took me by complete surprise, and I was like, what the fuck? But, yeah.
Yeah, those what the fuck moments tend to kind of stand out.
Yeah, they do.
It's like, duh.
Well, you should care, Fluffy. Don't be a brat.
Oh, so instead of a tuba, it's a tata. Oh, okay. Fill it in. I thought it was tuba, but it was actually tata.
I agree, Tina. I agree. Well, Fluffy, you are special. And
A G I. What the fuck is that?
Did you have any of that discussion before I come into the back room?
No.
Oh.
Because it was only a few minutes, and there was somebody else in here too. Because Lexi was in the back room too.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Just curious.
Fluffy, she's doing okay. She was in here a little while ago. I don't know if she still is or not, but she's maintaining. Still recovering. Her eye opened.
Her eye isn't recovering as fast as she wants it to.
Yeah, her eye did open a little bit. She keeps one side of her glasses blacked out, but her spirits are up most of the time. Of course, it's frustrating and depressing, but she will adjust, and her eye will get better, and she'll be fine. Yes.
And she's got Devin to help her get through it.
Yep. And all of us.
Yeah. Are they taking a shower?
No, that's just Tim running water in the kitchen here.
Oh.
I don't know where Lenny is. The last few times, the other 4 lives that I had, I sent him both the link to the YouTube and to StreamYard, and he never showed up, so I didn't bother this time. Yeah, she's working on it, Fluffy. She's getting there. She was in the back room she was on Victoria's show this morning, so if you go back and watch the replay, she was on there, and then she was in the back room, and we were chuckling and laughing and stuff like that, so. Lenny is at Lenny's. Well, I hope so. Where else would you be?
Yeah, really.
But Lenny hasn't wanted to come to my stuff, so. I mean, the last time I was going live, I even told him in a chat that he was in that I was going to be doing my live and when it was, and then I sent him the email with the links, and he still didn't come in and say hello. So,
Yeah, apparently we don't matter anymore.
yeah, we don't count. Boo-hoo.
Oh, woe is me.
I said last time I seen Lenny was in Conky's chat Saturday.
Yep.
Action.
He could be at Wally World. He could be anywhere. We don't know. He could be sleeping. Oh, he woke you up?
Well, then why in the hell isn't he in here?
I'm doing okay, Michael. Doing all right. As soon as my son is over his ear infection, he's going to finish cleaning out the room that is that way in my house, that way. And it will be getting set up as my craft room / studio, and I will get back to making my jewelry. I do soldering. I work with sterling silver and copper and things, stones, lots of stones. And I will get doing that, and then eventually I will get to sell it. So I am very much looking forward to being able to get creative again. Yes,
Yeah,
I
it's
am.
mad from being dry docked.
Yeah, it is. So I'm doing good. And I think my leg is finally, hopefully, we're not going to jinx it, but hi, Christy. Able to start wrapping it again so I can use my leg. Yeah. Because I keep getting side docked with the leg thing, not being able to use my prosthetic. I'd have a little bit more mobility if I could use that. So hopefully, I've been wrapping it for a couple of days now, and it'll take about 2 weeks to shrink my leg down enough so I can use my prosthetic again. Looking forward to that too, as long as we don't have any more complications, which we are not going to have.
Shrink it, and you'll be off and running.
Yep. How's everything going with you, Michael? It's weird because everybody calls him Mike, and I, for some reason, have to call him Michael always. I've always called him Michael. from day one. Chrissy, open up the windows at 30 degrees. You go, girl. Clear out that stale air.
We're in the mid-60s here right now. The kitchen window's open and the front door screen is open.
I don't know what it is here. Let me check.
That's what
55.
Oh, what is it here?
Currently 55 degrees here.
Come on.
But the last time I tried to get over to my window and open it, it would not open, and I got stuck on that damn kitchen chair that I have in here and didn't have enough leverage to stand up with the one leg, so I was stuck on that chair for about 20 minutes until I kind of flung myself onto my bed, which was very painful. Okay, Fluffy, enjoy your food.
Looks like 45 with feels like a 38.
Bye, Fluffy.
See ya, Funky.
Funky town. And then everybody shuts up.
Yep, I'm searching for something online.
Yeah, I was
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we distracting you, Tina?
Nope, I'm listening.
Are you still eating? Because your camera is still off, you know.
No,
Why's your camera off?
because it is. Because it is.
Not good enough, woman. Oh, you're trying to get your license back. You never even had your license when I knew you. Because you weren't supposed to be driving the cars that we had. That's why I always had to drive. That was a pain in the ass. Until it came to the Cutlass. I didn't mind driving that at all. I loved that car. That Cutlass rocked.
Why did you lose your license in the first place?
Because he drives like a maniac.
Yeah. No regard to human life, just go ripping through.
Wow. She is not going to give you an inch, man. She's not at all.
No, I don't care who it is. That
I
is
know.
just stupid.
I know.
And you know my patience for stupid is even less than for a jackass.
Well, I hope you get it back. I mean, and drive more safely, Michael.
Yes, drive like a human being.
My problem is I have my license, but I don't have a vehicle because I had to have my vehicle towed out of here while that piece of shit the roommates moved onto the property is still here. But I haven't heard shit about that.
I don't have a vehicle of my own right now, but I use my sister's vehicle, and which is according to her, it's ours, but I'm not on the title. But I have a perfect record and have had since I was a teenager.
Well, I don't have a perfect record, but
violation
it pisses
thing I've been involved in is when a semi rear-ended me in August.
What pisses me off is that it pisses me off because there was not that much wrong with my Laredo. I mean, it was unless the water pump was damaged, it was
probably a couple. That big of a deal.
It was probably a couple $100 worth of replacement. And,
shit.
You know, I mean, you know, and it irritates me that I had to get rid of that because I couldn't afford to register and insure it. It was sitting off. It wasn't even in the driveway. It was on the lawn next to the house. So it had been there for 3 fucking years. It's like, now you're going to bitch about it. What the fuck? You know? So that really irritated me. I lost $2,000 on that truck. I got $100 for it. And yeah, I was not happy at all about that situation. I don't even know what kind of piece of crap they put on the property. I haven't seen it. So all my mom has asked me was, why is there a rusty car sitting on your property? I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I didn't even know they had moved it in here. I was not asked. I wasn't consulted. I wasn't told nothing. And yet they knew that I had to get rid of my truck because of all that crap. So they moved in another one. Now when they left, they messaged my son and said, oh, you can get rid of the car. Why the fuck do we have to get rid of the car?
2 words, Mike. You think?
Yeah. You'll ask me. That was definitely stupid. Hello. Just saying. I will say this, though. He is a very good mechanic. Michael is an excellent mechanic. He is.
He has to be. Hello. Tinkered with the car.
Yeah. Yeah. He was deviously good with that, but...
Do what, Stash? But you was really fun on first date. Put out my chair, asshat, G. What?
Stash. Wait until after the hit kind of comes down a little bit before you type.
Yeah, I think you're a little delusional there, buddy.
What? Well, I think that maybe Michael's health scare he had not too long ago kind of opened his eyes up to not doing as many stupid things. Maybe.
Yeah, that kind of happens.
Yeah. At least I'm hoping.
Honey, I ain't pulling nothing out on you. So, hat or... Yeah, oh my God. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, still not making sense to me. Sorry, Stash. Love you lots, but what the fuck?
Exactly. What the fuck?
It just got really bright in my room. Oh, you're at work now? You're on YouTube at work.
Hanging out on YouTube while you're on the job.
I knew she was going to do that.
That shows just how much you've grown, buddy.
Well, wait, Michael, are you still running your own business, or do you work for somebody else now? Because that would be the difference in whether or not he gets in trouble. Because if he's his own boss, it's not like he's going to fire himself. You know what I mean?
He should if he's fucking around on YouTube when he should be working. You can't make money fucking around on YouTube. Just saying.
Welcome to my channel, Michael. I'm going to get a message like, who is this Willow bitch?
A chick that has seen a lot, been through a lot, dealt with a lot, and grown up a lot, and has zero patience for stupid.
Okay, again, there were two different questions there, and he answered, "Oh yes, oh yes, you're still working for yourself, like you're running your own business." Because I know there have been times when business has been rough, and you go to work for somebody else. So, yes, okay. Well, Michael, I got to tell you, you have an employee that's hanging out on YouTube instead of working.
And if you're the boss, bad example, butt Ed.
Okay. Stash said, okay, I'll type it over again. I bet Willa was fun on a first date. She'd be like, pull out my chair, asshat.
No, actually, I didn't like people pulling out my chair, opening doors for me.
Oh,
I
you
don't
work,
like that.
he works for someone else buying and selling cars. Oh, okay. Well, you're slacking because you're on YouTube.
So you're a car hack?
Michael's a car maniac. He's a vehicle maniac.
That's fine, but used car salesman kind of thing isn't,
He's waiting on parts.
Oh, are they going to come wheeling up any minute? You're just kind of blowing time here waiting on it? You could be
It's
cleaning
possible.
up the area,
They have, I mean,
organizing your
we have,
tool.
we have parts delivery. We have parts delivery here. We can get them delivered to our house. Like if we call Napa and we need to get a car part, we can order it, pay for it, and have it delivered to our house.
Yeah,
and
same.
up in Mass, they, deliver. So yeah, waiting on parts.
Except I always tend to go there so that I can make sure that they give me the correct part on site and correct it if they screw up, because 9 times out of 10 they screw up.
Well, considering
I
Michael
had some
doesn't have,
jackass try to hand me an alternator instead of a water pump one day. Duh.
well, Michael doesn't have his license, so it would be a little difficult for him to legally. I'm not saying he hasn't done it, but it would be risky for him to legally go to pick up the part.
True.
We all know Michael hasn't always stuck by the right side of the law.
That would be obvious.
Shame on you, Michael. Because, I never chased down anybody that cut me off while in the cutlass or anything. I stuck to the law. Hey, I was in a fucking race car. Of course I'm going to chase that asshole down. Oh, Michael, remember when you wanted me to race that Camaro that was like newer than the Firebird? And you were like, just race him. And I'm like, I don't want to race him. You're like, race him. So I did. And you were like on the floor of the car going, oh my God, I'm going to die. That was so funny. Sorry. He's all like, great. You just made me sound like a pussy. No, he wasn't. We were going very fast.
Apparently, he wouldn't want to be in a seat when I'm driving. I was taught how to drive by a highway patrolman and an ambulance driver.
Michael knows I know how to drive.
So do I.
Good times.
What the actual hell?
What happened now? What?
It's a TikTok.
Oh. What the hell are you doing on TikTok?
Yeah, really.
I'm not on TikTok. I hit Facebook and I opened it up in order to hit my instant messenger.
Uh-huh.
And oh my.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Random.
Seriously.
Michael. Michael, we have no secrets here. Just because there are only 5 people here anyway, so you're all right. It's okay. Not like anybody will watch this afterwards or anything. What did I have? 180 views on my birthday live. It's pretty good. 180, 190, something like that. People went back and rewatched it. I think that was pretty cool, considering it lasted 5 hours.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, thank God I made it. He was. He thought we were either going to get pulled over or that we were going to die. Oh, Michael, remember when the hood of the Firebird flew up while I was driving.
Oh my
I'm doing
God.
45, like 40, 45, and all of a sudden the whole hood just went whoop. Like that, we were like, oh shit. Because somebody who had been checking the engine did not secure the hood, Michael. we both thought we were going to die that day. Yeah. That was scary.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
it's
there was
kind of
a-
hard to, stick your head out the window like a dog to be able to see where you're going.
I'm not watching that if it made you laugh that hard, Tina. Not right now. Mm-mm.
And
I just got a little thing that said, I got a little thing on my laptop that said, Tina shared a video. No, not after that reaction. I'll watch that later, maybe. Well, I won't really.
I like that later, maybe.
Later, maybe.
Well, y'all ain't no fun.
Send it to Willow. Let her watch it.
I'm fixing to send it to her. Yeah.
See if I can open Facebook and not get booted.
I gotta find it.
Ugh.
I haven't sent anything to her in so long. I gotta find her.
Just type in Cheryl in
I
the.
know.
I know. Well, excuse the fuck out of me, woman.
Meow.
Wow.
Damn, people. I think I'm rubbing off on y'all.
And yet, this is how we talk all the
You know
time.
how
I mean,
Cheryl's I have in my Facebook?
no.
A lot.
I have two. I have two.
That is fucking hilarious. Except I can do
Me,
it on
Michael. You were the one that didn't secure the hood. Don't you even start with me, mister. You were checking the oil, making sure all the fluids were fine. And there was that hose that we had that was in a weird place. And you had kept trying to figure out a different way to maneuver that one hose. And you had to push down harder on the hood, and you didn't. And you didn't secure the hood. Don't you?
You need to share that TikTok.
I am not.
Oh my god, it's hilarious.
He's not securing his hood either.
No.
And I am definitely not. I am not horrifying Stash and Michael with that. No.
Oh, but it's hilarious.
It could give him ideas. Who knows?
I can't show that on YouTube. Come on.
It's on TikTok. Why not? It's probably already been shared on YouTube.
I'm not doing it. Nope. You can't make me.
You ain't no fun.
I'm not. I'm horribly not fun.
Fun sucker.
There are so many comments I could make to that statement, and I'm just not going to do it because Michael's in the chat. Nope. Craziness. Trying to get me cut down?
No, I accidentally hit it.
I'm like, damn, that's copyright shit right there. Stop that. Shut up, Stash. Michael's face is probably bright red too, just saying. Or he's just lost in a flashback, one or the other. Could be either or. It's the lighting. It's bad lighting. That's all it is.
Blame it on the window right there.
That's right. It's this light coming in from the window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all right, sunshine.
My tummy just growled. No.
Back, Wendy.
Nope, Willow. Nope. Welcome back, Wendy.
It's hilarious. Come on.
No. Mm-mm. Nope.
Come on, woman.
Nope.
Yeah, I went to all the trouble to figure out how to do that.
Fine. Be prepared to be horrified, people.
Okie dokie. I muted the music.
But it was hilarious.
Well, Wendy, Fluffy is here somewhere. He was asking about you.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, see, I warned you, Stash. That poor horse, man. Can you see that horse? That horse has to be absolutely horrified.
I think the horse is probably like, what the fuck?
I were that horse, I would be too.
Hey, you gotta admit, it was funny. And you got a clip of the music, so you kind of know the music that he was dancing to.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he said he was still here. He was eating. So I don't know if he's paying attention, Wendy, but Wendy said hi.
It'd be hard to say. He might have his nose in an auction somewhere.
Did he go to jail? Who, Fluffy? No, I'm kidding. Kidding. He talking about the guy that was dancing
out on his farm, and he was closed.
Well, there he is. It could be considered animal abuse, I suppose, because the horse had to see that.
Yeah, I mean that's tattooed in that horse's mind forever.
Poor horse probably like runs backwards and shit now. So, you see what you people get me up to? You guys get me in trouble.
It's perfectly innocent.
It's not like it's porn. I mean,
close enough. You know that man is single, okay? That poor horse. The poor horse is probably looking at him too, going, "Yep, no competition."
To be honest, and this is something that you would not ever hear me say again, I feel sorry for the thong.
Well, Stash, you didn't pay attention. I was trying to look everywhere but at the guy, so I saw the horse. It was in a paddock off to the left.
Gee, Stash.
Stash, you smoke too much of that shit. You see a unicorn. Stash probably,
I sent it to you.
Stash is probably seeing unicorns at this point. Don't worry, Stash. Just because nobody else sees it doesn't mean it's not really there.
Yeah.
Fluffy, how did you fit your head up your own ass? I know you're not that flexible.
Sound very loud earlier.
Is that what that noise was?
I just sent it to Wendy.
Oh, God. Poor Wendy. I'm sorry, Wendy. It's not me. I didn't do it.
Oh, pork and a mallet. I'll go back to my puzzle.
I think I lost Michael. Michael, did you disappear? Where'd you go? Because he was talking.
What are they looking at?
Yeah, you probably scared him away, Willow.
That might be a good thing. You know, they're X for a reason.
Stash stopped watching him when he saw it was a guy. Well, that's why you missed the horse.
Yeah, really, dude. Tina's still going.
Oh God.
Because Wendy's
That's 'cause
like,
she's
I
probably-
told you he couldn't keep his hood attached either. You had to keep pulling it up.
she sent it to Toad.
Oh my God.
I am abstaining from all responsibility for that video. That's all Tina. That's all Tina. Right under the bus you go. That is all Tina.
That's fine. I take that bus. Oh shoot!
Yeah. I won't stash, don't worry.
Can we clear stash?
I won't.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm kind of more like one of the docs that I seen on Dr. Pol. You can palpitate a cow while eating a hamburger.
Wow, Wendy. Our little Wendy is growing up.
Oh,
That's right out there. You go, girl.
I said
fuck
it
no,
was.
he's just some random dude on TikTok.
Yeah, he's just some guy on TikTok. Don't be dissing on my Toad, dude. No, you didn't miss anything. Trust me. I'm not playing it again. It was a video of a guy in like a bikini dancing to Staying Alive. No, I'm not playing it again. It was horrifying, and his horse is probably never going to recover because the horse was watching.
It was fucking hilarious, is what it was.
I'm not doing it again. No.
At least he's the type of dude that can laugh at himself.
Yeah.
You know, he's
Yeah.
not all pomp and ego.
Well, either that or he was just really drunk and he lost a bet.
Something. There's a possibility.
Either way it goes, it was hilarious.
Goat rope and matches.
It was funny, but
Ah, she said it. She admitted it.
Wendy. Oh my goodness. Oh, Staff's gonna have nightmares now. How can you have nightmares if you didn't watch it?
Tadpoles.
Oh shit. My chats get very strange. Well, I'm glad you had a good time, Wendy. Did this happen in the red room? Your bordello room?
We're waiting. Well, damn, Mike, get your head out of your ass and pay attention.
Oh,
What I miss?
my
What I
goodness.
miss? What I miss?
Michael gets FOMO. Fear of missing out. I can forward it to you if you like, Michael.
Well, he keeps saying, what I miss, what I miss. And I'm like,
I know.
well,
Honey, were you having sex on stairs again? You know you're not supposed to do that. It's not good for your back.
no, that's rough on your back. There's a whole lot of other places, you know, the washer, the dryer, the dining room table, kitchen counters.
The image burned. Poor
One of them-
Stash
one of them
burned his
big
retinas.
exercise balls.
Oh, poor Tim.
What's the matter, Tim? Well, Stash, didn't you say earlier that you were getting old and hard to see, hard to hear, all that shit anyway, so it was just a blur to you.
Michael wants to know what he missed so bad.
Oh,
You'll have to wait till it uploads and go back, dude. Check it later. Basically, it's a fat goat roper in a bikini, long bottom, dancing to Staying Alive from the 1970s movie with John Travolta. Trust me, he does not look like John Travolta.
He does not.
He looks like John Travolta's pet roly-poly.
And Michael doesn't have to wait until it uploads and rewatches it because I just forwarded it to him in Facebook Messenger.
Oh. Interesting.
Oh,
That's entertainment.
You're gonna be afraid you asked. I'm telling you right now.
Ooh. Hey, temperature's still climbing here. It's 47 degrees.
Yeah, we ought to be reaching our high here. Let me see where we're at. TV on. Let me see. Mute. Load. Clear screen. Clear screen, you jackass. There we go. Loading the app. Damn weather app is slow loading today. I even got an error message earlier. It's taking too long to load. And I'm like, whose fault is that?
I hate it when that happens. It's very annoying.
Yeah, I'm sitting here locked at 99%. Come on. Weather Channel app is taking too long to launch. Well, fuck you too.
So, Michael, what town are you living in now? When I left, he was living in Lowell. Cat, you are so inconveniently in the way.
Piss me off.
Oh. Oh. Surrounded by fur balls.
I guess it's better than hairballs.
True that.
Oh, so it loads and it's undefined, 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 undefined. Thank you very much.
What are you looking at me like I owed you money for? Damn.
There we go.
I tell the cat she's in my way and she's looking at me, give me stink eye over here.
Yeah, we reached our high, 63 degrees, winds out of the west at 20 miles an hour, gusts at 30. Barometric pressure is decent, it's under 30. Cool. So typical Kansas, 60s and breezy.
So, Willa, did you ever get a dog and name it Toto just because you lived in Kansas?
Fuck no.
Just checking.
Fuck no.
I've always wanted to ask you that question, so.
It's one of those words that when I name a dog, I have to visualize myself standing on the front porch, screaming out in the yard for them. Do I want to hear that for the next approximately 15, 20 years? No. I do not want to be standing there going, Toto! Toto! Nope, 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 nope. I would like a Yorkie, though.
I would probably lose a Yorkie. They're too tiny.
I like tiny.
Yeah, I know you're there. I'm like, what town are you living in now? Pay attention.
Yeah, here doesn't
Focus.
answer the question.
Focus, Michael, focus.
Town. You know, TOWN or CITY. You know, Greenville, Boonville, Hoboken, Wackadoodle, PA. I don't know.
Michael, I can see you said I am here.
No shit.
No, he just messaged me and asked if I could see what he typed in the room. So, but I can't see if you answered what town or not. And it didn't come up,
Nope, didn't come up.
which is weird.
All we got is I am here.
YouTube is weird.
Which means later you'll be there. Totally brilliant. Brilliant response. Backstabber. Lovely.
That's not good.
It's still winter. Even though I got my injection, it's still winter. At least I can bend. It's painful to bend, but at least I can bend, and I'm not going to end up on my nose. Right now I'm pondering food. Food.
Did my chat get stuck?
Huh?
I don't know if my chat got stuck or not. It still says I am here. Apparently, a friend of mine had a very good weekend. I'm getting messages on Facebook, and I'm just getting little blurbs out of the messages, and you go, girl. my friend Rebecca in North Carolina apparently had a very, very good weekend.
No, not before. Eagle truck. Okay, I reloaded my chat, and Wendy followed up with
There's
blah, blah, blah.
Yep, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. I'm probably going to end this in about 9 minutes anyway. Well, 8.5 now.
We ain't no
3
damn
hours.
fun.
3 hours is good. Well, we can chat in the back room. Matter of fact, it's a requirement that you stay in the back room for a few.
Well, good. Fluffy, if you haven't figured it out, 99% of the female population all has at least a little bit of naughty in them.
At least a
Some
little.
more than others.
Yeah, some of us a lot more than others. Michael, shut up.
He says, I got a phone call. Well, you're not on a phone call now. Where you live? What city are you in? That is what your wife asked you.
Oh, God, don't start with that.
It's the truth.
Yeah, but not I mean, legally, yes, but not technically.
Technically, yes. Legally, yes.
No. Wendy's always good at what she does, Fluffy. What are you talking about? When she's good, she's good. When she's bad, she's better. Shut up, Michael.
Yep. That's what she said.
Mwah, mwah. You are throwing in random links, Fluffy. Is that for your channel? Are you soliciting subscribers on my channel? Without asking me? Are you? Are you?
Yeah, really, what the fuck?
That's fine. But you got to tell people what it is, or they're not going to... You seen what? What did you see? Yes, I am. You big Brit bastard. Ooh, there's a challenge. Clean the coffee table, she'll show you bad. Woohoo!
Wait a minute. Fluffy clean something, Toe? Are you?
I think that's how she knows she's safe. It's because he's not cleaning that damn table. It's not clean.
Not happening.
I don't believe it. You're welcome, Michael. I don't know if Michael's lagging or not, but
I don't know, but he still
Michael,
hasn't answered your question.
Michael, your comments don't really seem to be in tune with what is going on. The question was, what town are you living in now? If I have to message you with that, I'm going to... I'll just do this. There. Now he'll see it.
is he supposed to grease it too, Wendy?
Oh boy.
Just asking. I mean, you know, polishing usually involves a little wax.
Furniture polish, you know, break out the
Boy.
Yep. Repels lint.
Oh, okay.
Improves ass stick.
He's in Lowell. All right. How is good old Lowell? Still falling apart? I actually do not miss living in the city. I don't like cities. They're too crowded. Too many people too close to me.
I only lived 2 years in Nashville, and that was enough for me. I was ready to come back home to my hick town. Fluffy, you're always waiting.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's getting up to your nap time, woman.
Oh, it's way past my nap time. It's like 3 hours past my nap time. And I picked the time for the live, so go figure.
Well, that was intelligent.
Well, you know, I have my moments. I needed the distraction. Today is a rough day.
I get it.
Very, very rough day.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like hanging out in auctions, so.
Yeah, you get auctioned out. Although yesterday I did luck in on an auction. You know the ceramic cabs that's got like the floral motif, or the resin ones that have, you know, like Victorian, Edwardian type images and stuff on them?
Yeah.
I got a buttload of them yesterday.
Boom. Boom shakalaka. There it is. We haven't seen the boom shakalaka in a while. Yeah, I mean, I need the distraction, which means I need to interact. And if I go in auctions and I disrupt their chat, then they get mad at me. So
yeah,
I try not to do that. I mean,
I wasn't planning on doing much in auctions at all yesterday, but I ended up in that one and got that stuff and a bunch of other stuff. And then they were doing a benefit auction on Jory Nurse's channel, and I came in after Sandy went live, and she was making a piece to sell in the auction for the benefit. And then I went over, and Mike was struggling a little bit, so I helped in chat for the rest of it. I think it ended, I don't know, it was probably close to 2 o'clock this morning, my time.
Wow.
But they doubled their goal.
I saw you say that, Michael. I can see what I saw you say I'm still living in Lowell, and I saw you put in just Lowell. I can see what you're typing. Paranoid fucker. I see you. I think
You might have some lag going on.
Yeah, there's an accomplishment, Wendy. Anything with a pulse is loved by Fluffy. Sorry, Fluffy.
Text from sis. Oh, she's asking for leave on Friday so that she can be off, and we're going to schedule getting the car back in again. It's still leaking oil.
Yes, I am, Fluffy. I am a very cheeky kid. Ah, Fluff!
Oh, you're asking for it, Fluffy.
Okay, I can see you now. Well, I could see you before, but now maybe the chat and the video are more synced up for you? Yes?
Yeah.
I hope. Well, we only got like half a minute left anyway. So, well, I'm going to end it. He's still going to be sitting here watching the video. I'm going to feel bad. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Might be glad to get free of us crazy bitches, too.
He's going to be like, I'm not hanging out with you and your friends anymore.
No, Fluffy's gibbering.
What else is new? He does that anyway.
I mean, in chat, he's actually taking the time to write down the gibber.
Yeah.
All right,
It's almost like listening to him talk.
What is this? Three-headed beastie dragon on the table?
Bye, Stash. Love you. Have a good day.
Bye, Stash.
Bye,
Have a good week.
Stash. You know, we are a Hydra.
That has 7 heads. We'll have to recruit more people for that.
Yeah.
But I still get to be the one in the middle.
Okay.
Because, me and my big gob and all.
Well, at least she has an ass, Fluffy. Mine deflated. It just slaps me on the back of my leg when I walk now.
People like big asses. Michael, never mind. Whoops.
Caught yourself, didn't you?
I did. Now I'm turning red. Yeah. Okay, and look, it's time to end the show.
3 hours, 1 minute, and
Yep.
7, 8.
I love you guys. Thank you to everybody in chat, Fluffy and Wendy and Stash and Michael. Yes, Michael. Yes, I do. Yes, he does. And Christy. Love you, girl. I will talk to all you guys later. I will, hopefully Tina will do a live soon. Tim will be doing his live tomorrow afternoon. So anybody that's not subbed to him that wants an update, go sub so you know when he goes live.
Yep.
Thank you, Fluffy.
And his health.
Everybody behave. If you can't behave badly and have a good time, but don't get caught.
Yeah, behave ain't happening.
Bye, everybody.
Bye everyone.